Oh man.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Crimson Skies. It is, as always, a pleasure and a privilege to be running tonight's session for you. Look at that. Two stream babies. Two stream babies with Sincere. Look at that. And thank you very much for that 3-month, or that tier 3 sub. Thank you so much. That helps us out so flippin' much. Okay. So, we have a fantastic session. We've got a lot to do. We've got some fun shit to get right into. No announcements other than because I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow night, I want to at least wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. Please do not drink and drive. Please do not drink and operate heavy machinery. Please drink responsibly so you don't end up in a hospital. Please just take good care of yourself as much as you possibly can. And 2 months. Thank you very much, Kev, for 2 months as well. But please, please, please take care of yourselves. Put your health before the party. That's okay. It's an okay thing to do. Thank you very much for that 2 months of Prime Knight Rider. So yeah, please take care of yourselves. We love you, and we just want you to be safe and be careful. Other than that, we will be having a Saturday night episode of Azure Adventurers, and this Sunday we will be coming back with Legends of the Verse. So we will pick up where we left off from there. Other than that, one final piece of information, just so you guys have an idea about where the timeline is. Azure Adventurers is currently a month and a half ahead of the timeline of Crimson Skies. The crew of the Cloud Cutter, at least. So, this is kind of a little view in the past, and who knows what exactly is going to happen tonight. But we'll see exactly what does happen. It should be an interesting slog. So without further ado, where we last left off, the party found themselves in a series of fast evolving situations. Discovering that the children are safe but are being brain-hugged by mechanical spiders and by some strange entity that seems to be dressing like this legendary spider creature. Awen, finding this out, also discovered that the individual possibly behind all of this has the ability to has the ability also to see the sight of the Eye of Luna. Additionally, Viamir also found out, thanks to making an ally with a drow packmaster of quite a large pack of displacer beasts, found where the hiding hole of this spider entity was. Heading back to the ship and informing the group, he rallied everyone quite vigorously in the morning to get going and to find these children. So that's where we're actually going to pick up, is you all having your gear together, having purchased a few items. What would you like to do?
So, you guys got all the stuff you need? We good?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I feel like this is the point in time where the captain usually gives a rah-rah speech.
You guys think I should like talk to the crew? Would that probably be a good idea? Or
I think he more meant, us.
Like us.
oh, to you guys, not to
Get
like
us
the
pumped,
others.
man.
I mean, like, yeah, I think if we head out, I think it'll be. I think we just need to probably stick together. We really don't know, what we've got in store for us. So if we just kind of have each other's back, it's probably, that'll probably help us.
Well, I'm inspired. That was great.
I will
All right,
take those
hands in.
temporary hit points from inspiring leader.
He doesn't have that.
But his speech was so good.
I will say this, actually. You know what? I will say this. Because at the end of last session, Awen had such a fantastic fucking one-liner. I will allow all of you to have an Awen inspiration.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Beautiful, Captain.
freaking amazing.
All right, I'm fucking pumped. Let's go.
Yep. Time to go.
All right.
All right.
You guys just heading outside? Heading out of the city?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yep.
All right.
Before we leave, Law will pull Fixer and Six aside,
Okay.
and hey guys. So realizing we were going into combat, I realized that letting you guys reload your guns a little faster might be pretty handy. And he'll pull out 3 bullets for each of them from the bullet bracer and hand it to him.
Okay. As
those-
you pull them out, go ahead and roll a d4.
3.
3. Okay. As far as you know, this should work.
Okay. So I've never tried this without putting it directly into a gun, but hopefully these will automatically refill your guns when you just put the 1 bullet in.
Well, that
That's
sounds.
interesting.
What about if we don't have any guns? Does it doesn't help us out or anything?
Doesn't do anything for those of you without guns. That's why I gave bullets to the people with guns.
I laughed out of character, and Fixer giggled in character.
Actually, Six is just gonna ponder because he saw Awen toss a bullet back at someone, so he's just gonna ponder that statement like,
When
does it
you
really
put
work that way?
When you put a bullet in Awen's hand, then it reloads his hand automatically.
Oops. I'm getting the distribution for the potions reposted for you guys.
Okay. Probably a good idea.
Yep.
So that's how we distributed the potions.
Alrighty. With that, where are you guys heading to after making your way out of town?
The woods.
Heading to the woods? Okay. As you guys make your way out, leaving town, you head towards the forest, not far from where you are. As you reach the edge, there is a very cold and quiet wind this morning. Regardless of the fact that it is warm, the ocean breeze seems to carry this unnatural and kind of bewildering chill. It feels off. Something about it feels off.
Something feels off about the chill.
Yeah, it's abnormal for this time of year, even up this way. Awen, that's something you'd definitely be familiar with, is the winds of Zalen in mid-spring normally aren't this cold.
Yeah, Zaywin kind of walks out. It's kind of like extra cold today. Yeah, you guys feel that in the air a little bit?
No, my cloak keeps me quite warm.
You don't have your cloak
No,
on.
I'm quite warm.
No, I gave my sleeping bag away.
No, you gave Alice your bear cloak.
I gave her my sleeping bag. I kept the cloak.
I swear you gave her your bear cloak. I will rewatch the VOD. But you'll have it for now.
Well, fuck it. Yeah, it's fucking cold. I need to kill something so I can wear it.
Do you want to wear your sleeping bag?
It is bearskin.
Viamir has fashioned a fine sleeping bag cape from his bear cloak. From his bear skin.
No, Viamir being quite used to the natural habitats will just are there leaves on the ground?
There are no leaves, but there are some small buds actually starting to pop out of these trees, along with some larger ones. The buds, Viamir, you notice to have kind of a bluish pink coloring to them, as if maybe some kind of fruit.
Well, if we just move fast enough, get the blood flowing, you won't be cold.
Yeah, I mean, we probably don't want to move too fast. We don't want to, like, tire ourselves out or anything, but... No, I mean, that probably,
Viamir just starts
can't move
walking.
as fast.
Okay. You walk into the forest, and are you looking for Varen, or are you...
Nope, he's just gonna go to where they met up when they found the location.
Okay, so you're actually taking them away from the forest, around Dulahan and to the caves, and to the mountains. Okay?
Yep.
Easy enough. As you make your way there, it eats up a good hour and a half of time. Get to the bottom of the mountains, the wind now slowly dying, and the heat from the sun begins to radiate off the mountains, kind of glistening back towards you.
Is there cover? Viamir would stop before moving out to open position.
So the entire plains area up to the mountains is a little bit open, but as you get closer, you do once again see that there are some fallen debris, fallen rocks that can be used as cover.
Vladimir pops a squat.
Okay. Vladimir sits down behind a stone. It's quite large. Could fit all of you if you got close.
Yeah, well, Law will follow Viamir. So, what's the plan here, buddy? Where are we there?
Wait.
What did he say? He said.
We
He
wait.
said wait. We wait.
Captain.
What do we wait? What are we waiting for?
My new friend.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
I ain't opposed to that.
We should keep watch.
If that's the case, then I'll keep first watch.
Okay. So you guys settle down. Six, go ahead and make a perception check.
Great way to start the day, guys. 7.
7.
Could have been a 1.
Yeah, it could have been a 1. Could have been.
As you look
Very
around,
close.
you don't notice anything out of place. It's quiet, though. It is quiet. It's kind of calming. It's a beautiful view. Seeing Doulahan from the ground and its large walls, cityscapes, despite the clear signs of corruption and lack of care for its own citizens in the lower quarter of the city, it is a very beautiful city from the outside.
For the flavor of it, can I say that the 6 was kind of busy? After looking through a couple minutes of it, got a little bored and started taking out his gun and started like flipping it and everything, like doing
Absolutely.
his own little gunslinging sleight of hand stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's just kind of how it ended up to be.
Cassandra is also with you. She is just sat down calmly, tapping a foot as she rests her back up against the rock, just kind of waiting. Six and Fixer, at the end of Six's watch, both of you all of a sudden feel your pocket grow slightly heavy out of nowhere, as you now have 6 rounds of ammunition in your pocket. It seems the arcane enchantment that the bullet bracer had activated and dispersed. So what was once 1 gained 5 more as the minimum it could possibly create.
Well, I think your bullets worked.
Oh,
Question
did they
mark?
go off already?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good to know it works. I haven't really actually had a chance to test the bracer yet.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, considering it holds 8, 16, 24, 32 bullets at a time.
Huh. Alright, I didn't expect it holding that many bullets at a time. I know this will definitely be a little interesting to use in a fight. At least I got more bullets though. And he's kind of
Yeah,
just counting
always
them.
use more bullets.
All right.
How far from the woods are we?
From the woods that you burst out of to get to these rocks at the edge, you're only about 60 feet. But where Varen went back, all the way back to where he first met you, as you made your way out. Where you've come is where you waited and then followed the spider creature. Humanoid thing.
So, like, Vladimir would have stopped before even leaving the forest if it was that close.
Okay. There's still rocks in
Would've-
front of the forest anyways.
Yeah, he
So-
would have never left the tree line.
Okay. So still chilling in rocks, just more closer to the tree line now. Continue waiting for another hour. 2, 3 hours begin to pass.
So, When is he supposed to meet us, Vimir?
I don't know. He set a time. I wasn't really paying attention, honestly.
Okay.
And at this time, Six is gonna like cross his hands and look at Vimir. He's like, "Them displacer beasts were cute, huh? They were pretty cool. You were a little maybe distracted by one of them or something like that."
Unlike you, I don't get distracted by drugs.
I'm saying, see, that's not fair. I think that's something part of my natural anatomy that has something to do with that thing. Whatever Sin gave me. So that's not fair. I mean, if there was some natural inclination that you would have against something that you wouldn't be able to resist. Like, what if some witch like charmed you or something? It'd be pretty hard to resist that, right?
Yeah, but that's not natural. You just said it. It was a witch charming me.
That
Unless you're
could be
saying
your
Sin is a
natural-
witch.
That happened before.
That happened before?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you were here for that. He stabbed himself
It was quite exhilarating.
real hard.
Exhilarating. Oh,
Yes.
Stat. You and I have to talk a little bit later on.
One never knows the damage your blade can do until you inflict that pain upon yourself.
It's now canon. Six is a sadist. 4 hours pass. 5 hours pass.
What time is it?
It's now about 1 in the afternoon.
Well, I was like, all right. Well,
I'm going to get food.
I'm gonna take a nap, and pulls his bedroll out of his bag and lays it out.
Fair enough.
Fixer is alternating playing with his gauntlets and playing with his phone.
Okay. You still get a signal out here. Pays for the arcane net to always kind of give you that full bar signal. It's definitely not AT&T. As the 6th hour passes, Vimir, you're going hunting?
Yeah, or light forging, whatever
Okay.
comes up.
Make a survival check.
Whatever crosses my path, whether it's something edible, I will get it. Survival, 21.
21. Okay. You do notice the forests here are sparse in terms of wild animals. You see them every now and then, but mostly small game. What you do come across, however, as you are traveling around, is this very interesting melon. It's shaped like a teardrop, and you notice it's about 3 feet in length and about 1.5 feet diameter at its widest, before it tapers off into this teardrop. It's a good size, and it's definitely a good weight. The husk of this melon is a bright orange and a very, very brilliant yellow. Almost obnoxiously so brilliant.
All right.
You do notice
Does it look edible?
Yeah, you do notice with your survival check, it does appear that some animals have busted into other ones, eaten some fill. You don't see any dead corpses of animals laying around. It seems like they've gotten away.
How many of these melons are around?
You count 3 that are in good condition.
I will take these melons.
Okay, you take them. Each one weighs 15 pounds. They're quite heavy, quite dense. And as you look at the meat on the inside of the ones that have been cracked open, you kind of dig your hand in just to test it, and It is firm, but moist, kind of like a peach mixed with an apple at the same time. It's this kind of weird, soft but firm texture.
Okay.
You bring them back to the group?
Yep.
Okay. Kills about 45 minutes of your time, and Viamir returns to the rest of you with these 3 large, bright pink and yellow teardrop melons.
Here, keep your energy up.
Where did you find those? Just out? Like,
Oh,
you were walking
can you
around?
use these for tattooing?
I went to the local market, Awen, and bought them. Of course I found them. Do you think I lived in the woods for 279 cycles of the mother tree to not be able to find food to eat?
That's really great that you found those out there.
You don't have to eat them.
Did you try them? Are they?
Viamir will summon the double-bladed scimitar, slice one in half, and just grab a handful of the meat and eat it.
Okay. As you eat it, it gives your mouth a weird tingling sensation, like that first time you ever tried a warhead as a kid.
I was going to go somewhere else with that.
It's a little numbing and a little sour, but it only lasts a few seconds before you get this overwhelming, sweet, refreshing taste. It is quite moist. It is quite wet. It seems to hold a lot of water. It is definitely refreshing. It's very cool. Shouldn't be this cold, but it is. It's a good eat. It's a good eat.
Feel free to not eat any. Or eat as much as you want. Your choice. And Viamir would just
gonna eat it.
take the half he's already plunged his hands into and sit back down.
Okay.
6 is gonna take the other half. He doesn't care. He's just grab onto it, and as the first bite, he's like, "Oh, spicy," and just continues eating it.
Cassandra will. Cassandra comes over, you watch as a blade comes out of the forearm of her gauntlet on her armor, cuts it in half, cuts that half down into a quarter, and just sits back. Sets the helmet down.
Eowyn will take the other quarter of Cassandra's.
At this point, after proving his point and being a little obnoxious, Viamir pulls out a very rustic mess gear kit that he has and chops up his pieces into nice little slices that he then munches on.
Okay. Everyone else taking part except for Law. Law is asleep.
I will save Law a portion.
Okay. Over the next 15 minutes, everyone go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
From the melons? No, I'm just.
Maybe.
Okay, so me
They're
included.
alcoholic melons.
Wow.
Except for
Do you need
actually,
Law as
yeah,
well?
Law. I do need one from you too. Every creature has an innate sense of paranoia, something that always kind of lingers in the back of your mind. That moment when you know something's off.
Eowyn got a 6.
10.
15.
Saving throw or check?
Saving throw.
19.
19,
18.
18.
7.
Oh wow! Hey, not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Well, I do have a +1 to wisdom saving throws.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It takes your proficiency modifier to bring that up.
Proficiency modifier -2.
Yeah. Law, you suddenly sit up. Viamir, Sin, Six, Awen, Fixer, you all feel the hair on your neck begin to stand up, and something just feels out of place. You all feel like something is very, very off. You can't put your finger on it.
You know, guys, I can't put my finger on it, but something feels really off.
Be quiet.
Yeah, we're just kind of looking back and forth. Do you think there's something out there? Is there?
Vimir will scan his surroundings.
Okay, make a perception check.
I'm
Awen,
gonna
are you
join
also?
by a mirror.
Yeah, A1's going to.
Okay.
Perception.
Fixer's gonna go a different route. He's going to start ritually casting detect magic.
Okay.
Rather than making my own check, I'm gonna aid Viamir in perception.
Okay. With advantage, Viamir.
Perception plus 20.
20. Awen.
Rolled a nat 1, so it's an 8 total.
Oof. Ouch. Okay.
Wait, does
Yeah,
that mean you
no.
rolled a 2 last time or something for the other one?
For what? For the.
For the wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Jesus.
2 and then a
Oh.
1. Good start.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get him out early, guys. Viamir, you scan your horizon and you barely pick up a low rumbling growl.
Does it sound like the displacer beasts?
It
from earlier?
does. You look around, you can't spot them, but you do hear the branches above you rustle. And as they do, Varen flips down, lands on his feet, and just... well, you're all here rather early.
Yeah, I'm really bad at remembering stuff.
Hello, my name is Varen. It's quite a pleasure to meet all of you.
This is
Pleasure to
my
meet you.
the friend I met.
Do you know how to make an entrance?
Well, when you have so many friends, they like to check the area first. He lets out several purring sounds that to you six sound very friendly, as you all watch as a large pack of quick glance 20 plus displacer beasts make their way around and out. So, my friends, your friends, we can all be friends, right?
Of course.
That was the consensus.
Ah, good. Good. I'll send them off, just to keep watch. Make sure nothing escapes the caves we don't want.
As they're talking, can I look at Cassandra and see her reaction to all this?
Cassandra, her eyes flit up as she hears the name Varen. She keeps eye contact with him the entire time.
Okay. Oh, Cassandra, you okay?
Yes, everything will be fine.
Anything wrong? Let's wait until after we kill what's taking the children.
Indeed.
Does she sound malicious?
She doesn't know. She sounds almost...
Because they're both drow, right?
They are. She sounds almost almost oh man, I don't think it's the right word, but I want to say placated. No, that's not the right word. She sounds almost restrained, and as if she's kind of calming herself, as if she's in the presence of someone important, maybe.
Okay. So she's trying to keep herself from like freaking out.
Yeah, it seems like that.
That's okay.
Is she trying not to fangirl?
I was just gonna
Make an
say the same
insight check.
thing.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, I'll join on that.
Varen,
16 for insight there, DD from Law.
Yeah.
10.
you know this area best. What would you suggest the best course of action is?
Oh, I don't really know this area the best. But I am a little bit faster and a little bit stealthier than you all, so I could go ahead, scout out the way, and potentially mark threats for you all as I move forward.
That would sound like the best course of action.
You do seem to have one of Glenlock's finest with you, so that's not something to snub a nose at. I think she'll handle herself quite fine.
I
Speaking
honestly
of-
wasn't concerned she wanted to come. So
Speaking of Glenlock, and Law will turn to the two drow. Do you have any reason why this thing would be taking only those who are only drow who are to send Glenlock?
I have no idea. Cassandra just shakes her head, not saying anything. Just, again, keeping eye contact. But
Does
nothing
the
should
name
be
sound
allowed.
familiar,
Varen?
Baron? Yeah.
Make a history check.
Ooh, I like history. 22.
22. Doesn't sound familiar. There's something about it, but it just doesn't sound familiar to you, unfortunately. But what I do know is that we shouldn't be allowing things to kidnap children. So I think that is more than enough reason
yes, I agree.
to remove its existence.
Indeed.
If you're all fine with this plan, we could start early. I was hoping to wait for the cover of darkness and wait for it to crawl its way out of its hole and then slip in while it's not here.
This is a good idea.
As he says this, Cassandra stiffens, gives a quick glare, but doesn't say anything and tries her best to calm herself.
If this thing is stealing the children, then our best chance of getting them out is when it is gone.
But waiting means that one more child is abducted and...
Well, if
Put
we're
in danger.
fast enough, we can kill them, prevent them from getting in, and block off their exit. Or if you want to charge in right now, we can charge in.
The place it'll be the least paranoid about an ambush is in its own home. We can get in, and if we can get in there, and the thing itself doesn't know we're there, that gives us an edge, even if it is its home.
But
And if we
unfortunately, she uses
Go
a
ahead.
gun. I use a gun. And the magic, all that's gonna make a lot of noise.
Well,
you don't
after
have that much.
Stay.
even if
stay
I
close to
stab it,
me.
it's gonna know it's gonna be attacked.
I can, depending on how much time we have before combat, I can make it to where I can make an area that makes no noise, or
But
I
if you
can
make an
I
area
can
that
expend
makes
some
no
of my-
noise, if you make an area that makes no noise, that would make us be at a disadvantage for anything that comes at us during
Besides-
the combat.
The flashing lights will give us away.
Indeed.
Varen,
Hmm.
use darkness to find the threats and follow the beast. We will follow behind.
I will leave my mark behind. See if you can catch it. And he just prestidigitates in the air very quickly a V with an upside down V. So it kind of makes this crossing
Triangle? Okay.
more like a mason's symbol for a VA.
Have you ever seen this thing operate in the daytime, or only at night?
Only at night. So I expect it either sleeps or it goes through its bizarre experiments during the
Then
day.
perhaps attacking during daybreak is our best bet. When it sleeps. When it is vulnerable.
I think one thing we should keep in mind is that they appear to be attempting and appear to also be successfully mind controlling the children or brainwashing them or something. If he's there when we get in there and then tries to like command the kids to attack us or something like that, it might be worthwhile waiting for it to be gone so that we can capture the kids that are under that control. That way they won't put themselves in dangers by running into a fight. Just a thought.
Makes perfect sense to me.
At this moment, you all hear rubble fall down the cliffside
Look,
as something seems to be making its way down the cliff.
What's that? What's coming?
Do you want to give a look?
Hey, we're
Six
gonna
is gonna draw his
try, yeah.
revolver too.
Okay.
Vimir will attempt to hide
Okay.
and
Law
see
will
what's
take a look.
coming.
All right. Law, as you take a look, this is a creature that is very easy to spot. Hilariously so. Despite their large form, they are trying to be as quiet as possible. You see an orc standing 8.5 feet tall, made of pure muscle, almost as if it's just muscle on top of muscle, carrying 2 large great swords on its back. Hair is jet black and almost in this kind of braided nature. It looks to be beaded like a dwarf would. And you notice the shoulders and the side of the head of this orc have these red crimson painted spots on it. And as its back turns to you completely, you see an worn painted image of a skull on the back. They look in.
And about how far? Sorry.
They're about 90 feet up. It's a slow incline, but it looks like they came down. They kind of look into this platform level. Give a look around outside. Starts making their way into the cave.
The orc just makes its way into the cave.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like. Does it look like it saw us or?
Doesn't seem to have
Or looked
seen
in our
you. What
direction?
was your stealth, Vimir?
The 15.
15. As far as you guys know, hasn't seen you. Definitely hasn't seen Vimir. Varen just, oh, well, that's interesting.
An orc.
A very big orc.
One of the biggest orcs I've ever seen.
This is troubling.
Adds a new dimension to our current predicament.
Nobody knows who that was or why they're going in there.
No idea.
I literally only know
Do I-
you guys.
Yeah, I say, do I recognize any of the markings he had on?
You're a book reader. You've read of adventures, you've read of the guilds, you've read of their exploits. Go ahead and make a history check for me.
Not getting anywhere with that nat 1. 6 total.
No.
Oof. Do you want to roll a
I'm-
luck?
Oh, you want me to use luck before
You
combat?
want to use a luck?
Not on this.
Okay.
I will hold off.
Alrighty.
6 kind of just sees this whole thing and all
Actually,
he could think
you
of
know
is,
what, 6?
Mhm.
You too can make a history check due to your line of work.
Sure.
It is difficult just due to the age of information, but
17.
17. You recognize the symbol on the back to be that of some clan, but you're having trouble placing whether or not they are marked for a kill or not. If they're friendly or foe or kind of neutral, where if you piss them off, well, they'll cleave your head in. Kind of attitude.
All 6 can think of is, well, worst comes to worst, we're gonna have to deal with him as well. But I'd like to think whatever that goes into the cave kills any of those creatures inside. Well, enemy of my enemy, right?
Yeah.
But if he
Enemy of
raises
your
the
enemy, what?
alarm and causes them to panic and do something stupid,
Then it would be a distraction for us to get the kids out.
or it could put them on
Vladimir,
guard.
the saying goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
That makes sense.
Why it's a saying.
Well, I think I'll let you all get ready. Give me a 5-minute head start.
Yep.
He kind of gives a smirk and a smile. Turns, and as he throws the hood back up over his, the hood of his cloak back up, his form begins to shift as he starts making his way up the cliffside, and you lose sight of him as he just animes out of fucking existence with that stealth roll of a natural 20. So that's a good one to waste.
Just kind of sees that and is like, wow, I think I saw that effect on a TV show somewhere.
Cassandra just... Yeah. Fucking A. The
I will
helmet
consult the ancestors.
lights up.
I'm gonna get my gun ready.
Viamir, how would you like to go about that?
As he usually does, he'll just walk off till he can't hear the group. In the background.
You said, where did you say you were walking towards?
Into the woods.
Oh, okay.
Probably back towards that little melon patch I found.
Haywood just kind of looks. Do we know where he's going?
Probably to do his. I mean, you're a wood elf. Shouldn't you know something about this?
I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time like in the woods typically.
If I
Yeah, I mean,
remember
I
a
spent-
couple of weeks ago, Vimir's main problem with Awen was that he spent all his time in the sky instead of down on the earth like a normal elf.
I'm aware. Anyway, I mean, he like worships his ancestors or something. That's probably what he's going to go do. Here, I'll go figure it out, and Law will follow.
Are you going stealthily?
Stealthily behind Viamir?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Viamir, as you walk off, you hear Law following behind you.
He'll slow his pace. Do I know it's Law?
Yeah. You've spent enough time with Law now to know Law's stride.
Vladimir will slow his pace,
His strut, if you would.
allowing Law to catch up.
What's going on, buddy?
This is important. It is important to consult one's ancestors before embarking on something important, especially when you have the time.
Do you mind if I come with?
If you wish to speak to your ancestors, then I implore you, please come.
Sure. Let's see what some of the old bankers have to say.
Do not discount the wisdom of those that have gone. And Vladimir will walk until he finds a nice patch of earth,
Easy enough.
one that seems verdant, teeming with life, nice dark soil.
Oh, great.
Okay.
And he'll stop
Alrighty.
when he gets there. Here. This spot. Can you feel them?
Make a nature check.
Well, so this is one of those times I'm thankful for Jack of all trades. Oh, wow. Coupled with a good roll, 21.
It's difficult. It's very difficult for you. Being more of a city boy. This connection to nature, you struggle to find for a while. Before eventually you get that slight tingle. And something feels there. Or maybe it's just a mosquito. You definitely feel something.
I felt something. Not sure if it was a bug.
That is good enough. And Vladimir sits down, crosses his legs, and puts his hands into the soil.
Okay.
I like to picture the mother tree. And he closes his eyes as he keeps speaking. I picture myself standing before her, looking at her, walking around her, examining her roots, her bark, her leaves. And this calms me and allows me to connect with them. Find something of yours to come and connect you.
Law pulls out his trumpet. Music's been a long-running tradition in my family. Although, well, some of my family members have decided not to take it up. But I'd say this is probably the closest connection I have to my ancestors.
Think of those who used music as you do. Imagine them. Just their face. Then their body. Finally, their spirit. Reach out. Join yourselves with them. And Vimir goes quiet. His eyes still closed, his hands submerged in the dirt, probably up to the knuckles on his fist. And he sits.
Okay. Make a nature check.
Yeah, Law's like that one kid who's never gone to church before. He's like looking around, wondering what's going on, and then like closing his eyes in prayer too, like doing his best to connect with his ancestors.
Law, you must make more money.
12?
12. Okay. Vimir, you reach out through the ground. You try to find some connection. It unfortunately goes unanswered here. It feels like there's a void. Something is missing. Something that belongs in this forest is no longer here. You feel a yearning. You feel like you feel like there should be something here, something that should be protecting the wildlife, but it's not. It's something is missing. And as you focus, you feel a little tickle kind of crawl across your hand. Do you open your eyes?
Nope. For Vimir, this is very much it's meditation. As much as he likes to get, when he does get his ancestors to respond, it is very much a meditation. He understands that he won't always get a response. So he still goes through the ritualistic side of it, and it helps calm him and
Okay.
get him centered, if you will.
With your eyes shut, this tingling settles on your hand for a moment, and you feel two large pincers drive into your hand. You take 10 points of piercing damage, and I
Which
need you to
hand?
make right hand.
So it hits into the bark skin of my gauntlet.
It does, and it seems to be able to pierce through. It's
Okay.
painful. I do need you to make a con save.
24.
You succeed. Do you open your eyes?
Nope.
Law, are your eyes open?
Did like Vimir make any sound of like wincing in pain or anything?
Nope.
I mean, Law. Yeah, I'd say after a few seconds, he's just like, or after a little bit, he's just like watching Vimir meditate.
You do that thing where everyone starts singing a hymn, and you're like, "All right, it got real culty real quick."
Yeah, this went from interesting to a cult real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
As you open your eyes, you see scuttling off Viamir's hand is what looks like a humanoid skull with two large glowing eyes coming out of the eye sockets and 8 long legs.
It's coming down off of his hand or crawling
off of his right hand.
As soon as it's off of him and onto the ground, I pull out my gun and shoot it.
Okay, make an attack roll.
What's my attack bonus with my gun? It is plus 20.
That just hits.
Just hits. Okay.
Just hits.
It's a tiny spider.
it's
You're shooting it with a gun.
As you fire off, it impacts into the skull. You hear a resounding snap as you hear, and you watch the legs kind of fold upwards and then out and try and stretch and dig portion of the earth underneath it as it tries to just dig a mound for it to crawl up, and it falls lifeless as it just kind of tightens around itself. The skull snaps, and inside you see a small looking humanoid but spider body thing that was using this skull as armament. It is very disconcerting and very bizarre looking.
Hey, Viamir.
His eyes obviously open to the gunshot. Yes.
I think we should get back to the rest of the group.
Why's that?
Because that thing was crawling off your hand. Points to the weird dead spider thing.
Vimir picks it up.
You pick it up.
It appears we have answers. This was clearly sent by the ancestors. A warning.
Law's gonna look at it and see if he's ever read about anything like this in a book.
Make a history no, it wouldn't be a history check. For this one, make a survival check.
A survival check.
Yeah.
16.
16. It takes you a while to rack your brain, and eventually you do come up with what you think this might be. Possibly. It looks like a young Coldrith. A monstrosity that lives below the earth in the Underdark. It's this bizarre, six-eyed, humanoid, torsoed spider creature. It's disgusting and revolting. It looks to be something like that.
Great. More weird spider monsters. More weird spider monsters. Let's get back to the rest of the group. Aren't we supposed to be following your new buddy in?
He did say he would mark dangers.
The rest of you do hear a gunshot go off in the woods.
Hearing the gunshot, Awen's gonna kind of look towards the others still back and just be like, should we go check that out? You think they're in trouble?
Cassandra has taken up a point of defense and just shakes her head. Motions. Stay. But it's up to you guys if you want to listen to her.
She's just gonna watch the cavern.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
7.
7. Don't see anything making its way out. Sin kind of giving you a wet willy as you try to pay attention.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're heading back now, Viamir?
Perhaps. Where did this come from?
I don't know. I didn't see it. I had my eyes closed like you did. And then I opened them because I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to be doing. So then I saw it come off your hand.
Did you feel connection, though? Are you centered?
Really? Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Good. Good work, then.
we'll revisit these lessons when there's not creepy spider monsters wandering around.
There'll always be something creepy wandering around.
Fair enough.
That is no need to not be in touch with yourself and who you are.
Oh, believe me, I'm very in touch with myself, Viamir.
Vimir will look for little creepy spider tracks.
Make a survival check.
Uh, 16.
16. It's hard to find the creepy little spider tracks. A little too small. Not able to pinpoint where it could have come from, unfortunately.
No tracks. Perhaps they come from the trees. A nest.
Yeah. Well,
Does it look poisonous? Vimir's gonna, poke into it.
It doesn't look poisonous, no. The bite looks pretty mundane, as if maybe it was just trying to test if you were food or
Oh, no, he's poking into the spider thing.
Yeah. Oh, spider thing doesn't seem poisonous either.
He'll try to milk the fangs for poison.
Nothing.
That's not how you milk a spider fang.
How do you milk a cat?
I've got nipples. Can you milk me, Greg?
I love the classics.
so, it's a baby Coldrith.
Oh, so you're familiar with these things?
Yes. I've read about him in a book.
So you're not familiar with these things?
I've never fought one, no, but that.
What can you tell me of it?
What can I tell you of it? How much would Law know about things, stories?
They're a pretty hardy creature, fully grown. They are smart enough to wield daggers. They're not fans of sunlight, and they're just a creepy spider humanoid thing. That lore says may or may not have magic.
So, they're basically creepy spider things that they're smart enough to wield weapons. They're pretty hardy. Takes more than a couple hits to put one down from the stories I've read, and not everything I read is fiction. I do read, books about actual real things too.
What is fiction?
Make.
They have books about make believe. Explain.
Later, I'll introduce you to one of my favorites.
Oh, okay. Vimir's skeptical.
Let's get back to the rest of the group though. This is definitely a step in the right direction, and it's going to tell us a little bit about what we're up against. Also, these things are going to be sensitive to sunlight.
So
I know that's not going to.
Can we bring sunlight into the cavern?
Actually, Law pulls out his drift globe. I can.
Good.
This thing has a spell that creates sunlight. I haven't used the big version yet, just the little version, and he makes it glow a little. But yeah, it essentially creates an area of daylight.
This is good. See, the ancestors have brought us much fruit.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, you guys make your way back. The rest of the group, you watch as Viamir and Law return, unharmed, but some blood kind of coming out of the gauntlet, which you notice over the course of the next few moments does seal itself together where the two pierce holes were on Vimir's hand.
He'll throw the bug thing at Awen.
What's
There, Captain, this is something we might face inside. And he'll chuck it at him. Underhand. Just lob it towards him.
anyone tries to catch it?
It's easy enough. You just catch a small little thing. Squishy.
Okay, thanks.
So, that thing is the baby Coldrith, and I'll kind of go over what he went over with Viamir about what he knows about Coldriths.
There might be big ones in there.
Yeah, that's kind of the thought. If there's babies, then there's parents. So, yeah, probably about time to follow after.
Yes.
Okay. You guys make your way up to the mouth of the cave, slowly, steadily. As you get there, we're going to change to our nice, lovely little battle map. As you get to the edge, you look in. You see the path diverges almost immediately to the right as you enter in, and also goes straight forward with a path heading to the left and heading up.
Look for a symbol.
Okay. Make a perception check as your dark visions slowly slip in.
Rolling real good perception right now. That's an 8.
You don't seem to see one. It takes you a moment or two. 5 minutes pass if the group lets you sit there, and eventually you do see one leading to the right and one that leads to the left. Baron has marked 2 sections that he has explored.
No indication of which one we should follow.
Unfortunately, not high enough for that.
We're in the mouth of the cave at this point.
You are, yep.
You guys okay with me lighting it up in here? I can't see a thing without some light.
1 second. Valimir sniffs the air. Which air smells fresher?
Make a sniffing perception check as you give a whiff.
17.
17. The path to your right, you get a distinct smell of fresh death. The path ahead smells more rank, kind of musty and muggy. There's just this old, kind of stagnant smell from ahead of you and to your left.
There's immediate death to our right. Let's go that way. And Vimir goes right.
Okay. Go ahead and move your tokens as you start heading towards the right path. As you start making your way, you notice...
Law's gonna take his trumpet and cast put a cloth over it and cast light on the trumpet, so it's just emitting very dim light.
Okay, so you're
so that he
doing
can at
your own
least see
kind
his
of
surroundings.
doing your own kind of lantern thing.
Oh.
Yep.
And then 6 is going to pull out the rapier, the moon touch rapier.
Okay.
That glows.
A little bit of I forget what color light that was.
I never used it, so we always never said anything. But I think it would be kind of like a light green hue if Sazi's the one that touched it first.
Sounds solid to me. You make your way there, and Vimir, as your dark vision kicks in, you notice there is something beyond your dark vision. There is something there, something moving. You hear the occasional coming from further down.
Vimir deploys his double-bladed scimitar.
Okay.
The Guardian's Whisper. And we'll proceed cautiously. A little bit of stealth, even though he's still getting used to this heavy armor.
Okay. Go ahead and make your stealth check.
8.
8. Okay. You start pushing your way ahead. The rest of the group, are you following close behind?
Yeah, everyone will stay right behind Biomir.
Okay.
By the way, the rapier is going to be in Six's offhand. The gun's going to be on his
Alrighty.
main hand.
As you start moving your way up, Vimir, you see what looks like many more of these Choldriths. Though much larger now than the one you were holding. It has a large rear end. Its arms rearing back as this rather large half-orc, or not half-orc, this rather large orc is squaring off with it. 2 others are dead, and you see these smaller-looking humanoid spiders that have been cleaved in half, their bodies scattered, spraying along the back wall behind him, as he seems to be fighting off an ambush as he got cornered in this room. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Man, what do we got? 45 feet?
I'd like to cast Armor of Agathis, thanks.
Armor of Agathis?
So, I can at this distance, I can see the orc,
You can.
and it's the same lumbering hulking
the
beast
same-
I saw.
Same big-ass one, yeah.
Vimir has been pretty good at making friends. He will rage and charge the closest spider thingy.
Okay. For the sake of it, I'm not going to have you guys roll initiative at the moment. What we'll do is we'll go player, NPC, player, NPC, player, NPC. Followed by player. So, Vimir, you charging in. Where does that put you distance-wise?
On top of it.
Alrighty, go ahead and move your token there. And as you get up to it, you see this orc looks at you. Kill them! I have this one! As it seems to be getting ready to move to the one directly adjacent from you. As you get to this one, it seems to be confused, not hearing you. As it gets ready to do something, what are you going to do?
I'm going to attack it.
Alright, attack it.
17.
17 hits.
Okay. That's the first one. Another 9, so another 17.
Hits as well.
And then offhand, or bonus action, sweep of the double-handed scimitar. 7 plus 8 is 16? No, 15.
Just hits.
Okay.
As you come in, making a flurry of attacks, just 1, 2, 3. All of them finding purchase on this large, thick-hided but unarmored body. definitely making
Hey,
many hits.
he gave me his butt. I'm gonna take it.
Take his butt, man.
All right, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the first hit.
Okay.
That's max damage.
Nice.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Nice.
And almost minimum damage. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage on the third hit.
Solid.
And the Spectral Guardians go and engage it in combat. Their purplish forms reaching out and tearing at it.
All right. It notices you making a series of blows at it and turns and faces you as it screams in your face. You see its mouth is its form is mostly humanoid, and the head, its head is quite elongated, and its mandibles just kind of open up and chitter at you. As its bonus action, you see this elongated spider-like arm appear from the ether as it casts a spell. And it is going to make an attack at you with its spiritual weapon. However, that could absolutely miss. 13. I believe you are more armored than that.
I could be naked right now and dodge that.
I would say 13. That doesn't even hit law.
Easy, guys. Easy, guys.
Well, that's surprise.
You're hurting my feelings here. You're hurting.
You're a DM. You don't have feelings.
You're hurting my feelings here. As it goes to do this, it then, trying to catch you off guard, lunges at you with a dagger. However, that is a little bit better. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
Does not. It goes to strike out at you and glints off your armor. It kind of looks confused, its eyes shifting now in all directions, trying to take you all in, figuring out where your weak points are. Ending its turn. Who would like to go next?
I already have my gun there, so I would. Okay.
I was behind Vimir, so I was kind of planning on shooting.
Okay. If you want to make an attack roll.
All right. Well, first he says, "Cover yours if you don't want tinnitus," and then he shoots twice.
Are you shooting the one that Vimir attacked?
At least the first bullet.
Okay. You fire off. Are people covering your ears?
Yes.
I'm double fisting this double-bladed scimitar. There's no way I'm covering my ears.
Double fisting it in the butt.
6 is pretty sure his hand.
Well, I no longer have
louder,
a career.
so.
That's a 14.
14 misses. The bullet you see impacts Vimir. You hear the ricocheting echo of thunder cracking through the cave. It gains the attention of the other Coldrith as it turns and sees you, Vimir, now, and looks between two targets. It seems to be gauging its opportunities. The bullet you watched that Fixer had shot impacts into the creature, and it just bounces into the hide, flattens, and doesn't seem to penetrate as it just ding, 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 falls to the ground. The echo slowly fading after the first shot. Fixer, are you making the second shot?
Second shot, same one. Much better. That is 26.
26. That one does indeed hit. This time a second shot echoes through. The bullet tears into flesh.
That would be 12 damage.
12 points of damage. Very, very nice. Creature screams in agony as it seems to be looking rather frightened, and it seems to be potentially looking for its exit. Ending your turn, Fixer, or are you moving up?
Staying where he is.
Stay where you are. Okay. Coming to NPC's turn, we'll see who goes next. Unfortunately, it is a Coldrith that is going next. This one, however, is going to attempt... This one is going to attempt to hold down this orc as it and attempts to cast Hold Person. Which... Oh. Shit. Really? Wisdom save. He fails. Barely. By 1.
So one time you fail a wisdom save and it's not me.
The orc
This is
freezes
unacceptable.
in place as he draws both. As he goes to swing a great sword in one hand at this Coldrith, and then can't move. He's frozen in place, ending the Coldrith's turn. Who would like to go next? 6.
Ouch. Yeah. Right after Fixers finishes his shots, be like, yeah, maybe cover your ears for this one, cause my gun's a little bigger, and then he's gonna fire.
I have a heavy pistol too.
No, mine's the customized one. Remember, the original long rifle heavy pistol. So that
Boys,
is
Law's just waiting for the barrage. Law's just waiting for the barrage.
Bigger.
25.
25 hits.
Boys, calm down. You both are amazing at what you do.
You both have big guns.
Yeah, that's a 12 points of damage on the first one.
12 points of damage on the first hit.
That's a really bad hit.
The creature reels and begins to be looking a little bit more frightened now.
Let's take the second shot.
Okay.
That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Whoop. And that is going to be 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. With that, you fire off another shot. And it lands right in the throat of the creature, kind of exits out the back of its skull as it just flails. Viamir, you duck underneath these arms as they start spinning and flailing out at you as it falls back on its rear, tries to stay up and just falls and tightens and contorts. The other Coldrith now looking rather nervous. Definitely not quite happy.
I loosened it.
Let's see.
Let's see, hold on real quick.
Yeah, what do you want to do? You still have your
Oh.
bonus action. You still have your action surge.
I'm just gonna move with my feline agility right behind Vimir.
Right behind Vimir. Sounds good.
I had to scroll up, but it's 45 feet of movement. I already checked.
That's all right. No worries. Okay. Ending your turn. Unfortunately, the orc cannot move. He is stuck in place. Ending his turn. Comes to Law, Awen, or Sincere.
I can go next.
Okay.
Quick question: how much light is your moon-touched rapier giving off? I'm basically trying to determine if I can see at the moment.
15-foot
Being-
radius.
15 foot.
radius.
Okay, so I can.
Bright light at 15 foot, dim light at another 15 foot.
So you have 30
bright light
feet.
at 30.
So
Perfect. So if I
I'll-
take my cloth off, I've got 40 feet from me, so I should be able to see everything in this hallway.
there.
20 feet
Pretty
bright, 20
There's
feet dim.
there's the light aura that you have.
Cool.
Yeah, you already get bright light onto the cold earth right now.
Perfect. So then I'm gonna move up to right there,
Okay.
and I'm gonna look at it and cast Vicious Mockery as I say, I wish I still had that blindness spell. Then I wouldn't have to endure that face anymore.
Oh, that's some cold shit.
DC
That's
16.
I'm sorry. It was a natural 18 on the roll.
I lied. Wisdom spells aren't a thing still.
There you go. There's the 18.
gave me hope, man.
It's
All right,
only NPCs that help us.
It looks at you and gives you a spider face as its mandibles just.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna spend my bonus action this turn. I'm good.
Okay. Coming to your turn, Cassandra is going to move 20, 30. She will actually take a place in front of you, Law, and she is going to make... she's actually... You know what? Yeah, she's not going to fuck around. She draws up her Glenlockian weapon, and you see it is like a long handgun. It is very ornate and very in the way that it's made, and almost alien. And as she draws it, the stock setting in her shoulder, takes aim, fires, and you watch as a bolt of red energy fires off and goes to impact into this Coldrith. The first strike, making contact. As she fires off the first one, you see it hits and impacts into the Coldrith, lighting it up a bit more, a bit of flame burning away, and then you watch as some of the flesh melts, as you just hear this first shot fire off, as it takes 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 points of damage. And as her second attack, she is going to... Yeah, she's going to fire again. Hitting with the second one. Not dealing as much damage this time. Only getting an 18 in. Ending her turn as a second shot impacts into the creature's form, burning another hole. It sizzles and rears back in agony. Con save. That's a fail. And that's a fail too. It fails both of its constitution saves to keep hold person up as the orc glares at it. Ending Cassandra's turn. Awen or Sincere?
Awen's just going to essentially run up and try to get in the battle, so he's going to expend all his movement and action just to get up there.
Okay. Not spending a key point to bonus action?
No, he's just gonna run up and get right in front of this. Right there.
Okay. You get in front of it, it looks at you and just its arms kind of flailing out at you, trying to keep you at bay. Ending your turn?
Yep.
All
just
right.
Ending his turn and kind of like almost giving him like that come and get me kind of thing.
All right. Sincere comes to you.
They're making so many noises, so Sincere's just gonna move over here and keep her eye out this way on anything that might approach from the back.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh boy, I'm so good at those.
So good.
So good. Oh man. I think I have negative perception. I do. That's an 8.
8. Everything seems clear so far. Coming back to the top of the round, Coldrith is dead. So, Viamir, you're up.
Viamir will do what Viamir does. And he'll come up on its side, glancing quickly at there's the dice. At Awen as he does, a grin on his face as he rejoins the battle, and he will slash.
Alrighty.
First one is a 18.
Hits.
Second one is a 8 plus 6. 14.
Hits.
14 hits. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, 14 misses. Sorry.
Okay. And then so the last one offhand is a 14 plus 8. That should hit them, yeah?
Yes.
Right. So that's these D4s. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus rage is 12 on the first one. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on this.
All right. With that, I don't even have to do the math. You come through the other one and just wham! Miss with the second one as it pulls back, and you look at. It kind of looks over its shoulder, and it seems to want to escape through a small crawl hole about 10 feet up on the wall. And as it turns its head away, you catch it as it takes its eyes off its enemy and just gut the thing as its insides pour out this kind of greenish yellow color, just covered in this kind of translucent white slime.
Did I see the hole it was looking for?
You do see the hole that it was looking for, yeah.
Okay.
With that combat coming to an end, the orc puts both of its great swords up, and I appreciate your help. Who are you all?
You're big.
You're also big for a wood elf.
Yeah, but like you're huge, dude.
I eat well.
Actually, so do I. That chef we have is good.
As you say this, he goes to all the smaller creatures that he has killed, and you see he just pulls a knife out and starts cutting open all the chests. You count about 6 bodies he cuts open, ripping the hearts out of each one.
Why are you here?
Why are you here? As he asks, he just pops one of the hearts into his mouth, and you get this sickening squelch.
There's missing children. We wish to rescue them.
Your small ones have been taken as well.
Yes. Well, not mine.
The town kids.
Yeah. Big one. This is the leader of our group. And he'll, like, take a step back and stand behind Awen.
Okay. He looks at you all, popping in another heart and just, again, crunching down. You hear this, a little bit of blood splurts out. He starts chewing it, gulps it down.
Vimir doesn't retract the double-bladed scimitar. He just kind of plants it in the ground and leans on it.
You're the captain of this adventuring team, or are you freelancers? I don't see any symbols.
No, we just a mercenary group. Just we've kind of taken on a job to help the town folk and figure out what happened with the kids. You said you have some kids that are missing too, or?
Yes, my tribe's little ones have been taken.
Are you from around the area?
No, my tribe is nomadic, always searching for the best fighters we can find. These ones are nothing more than mild snacks to fill the stomach.
The kids?
No, these things. He kicks one of the bodies.
were the kids that were taken related to Drow in any way?
Do I look like I'd have relations with a drow?
Hey man, I met a guy yesterday who is half Drow and has a half orc wife. So I
Do
never know
I
what to
look
expect these days.
like a scrawny half-orc to you?
You do not.
That's my point. They are not. My tribe lost 16. And I've tracked them here.
Were they all full-blooded orcs?
Yes.
Is your whole tribe just normal orcs? Or do you have
No.
half orcs? Do you have other things besides orcs? What kind of tribe is it?
Hobgoblins.
My tribe was all elves.
Goblins.
Okay.
Bugbears. Those who are looking for a cause. Those who look to do something greater than themselves and serve the hunger.
Serve the hunger.
Yes. You should give
That-
in to the hunger. You killed 2. Remove their hearts and eat them. You deserve that power within you. He pops
that
in
ring
2
any-
more, crunches them down, gulps them down. It's refreshing and nourishing. Does the body good.
Are you
Love.
guys done yet? You know you made a lot of noise. People will probably come this way.
Yes, and shouting down the cave is not making...
I don't give a fuck, Vimir.
Your point is moot. And Vimir will cut open one of the arachnid bodies, digging for its heart.
It's easy to
How-
it's easy to find. It's bigger than you'd expect it to be. You count about 5 more ventricles than you would on a human heart. Or a humanoid heart.
Six is gonna go to the one that he killed and kind of like interested in what they were saying, start stabbing at it with the rapier to find this heart too.
Yeah. Rather
V-
easy
Vi-
to rather easy to do.
Vimir will sniff
Picture
it. Does it look edible?
It does not look edible in any way. It is green, almost this lime yellow color with these white veins kind of growing over the heart. When you cut it open, it kind of dribbles out this blackish blood. It kind of drizzles on the ground. It's slimy. It's not like a normal deer heart or boar or bear or wolf. This is something far worse and far more disgusting.
This does not
Six
seem
just-
edible.
Six takes the heart, gives it to Awood, and be like, I already ate the melons. You want mine? You could take mine, Captain. Just
I don't really want to eat the heart.
That is not how the power transfers. You kill it, you eat it. If you do not have the stomach to feed the hunger, then don't. Only true faithfuls of the hunger take part.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can have this heart. Because I'm not really. I mean, I'm usually hungry at battle, but this looks
I did not kill it. You did. It would
Inedible.
be dishonorable for me to eat what you kill.
well. Vimir just like put it back in.
He just kind of plop it back in the
uh,
chest cavity.
Does the hunger ring any bells to Law while they're having that conversation?
Make a religion check.
Vimir's just like I don't think I'm gonna eat that because it doesn't look good.
13.
13. You've heard rumors, but you feel like you'd need some time at a terminal or on the Arcana net to figure out exactly what it is. As you say that, Vimir, the orc just pops the last of the hearts in, chews them, swallows them. Maybe I will change her mind. Maybe I won't.
If we find your young, where should we send them?
I will go with you. 2 more blades are better than no more blades.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not good at math, but that seems to add up.
Indeed. If I should die, be honorable. Devour the flesh of your friend.
Wait, that's a thing too? So things you kill, you eat, and you eat your friends.
If I die, do not waste my power. Take it for yourself. You will grow to my size. It will hurt. It will feel like you are breaking and dying. But you will grow. You will be strong. You will survive.
Vimir... Does he seem truthful when he says that?
He seems very truthful, and he seems to have this connection with you. It's just like, he sees you, he takes you in, realizes you are not like the rest of your group, and seems to actually be trying to convert you? Maybe?
Vimir is intrigued.
Vimir is going to be doing a lot of eating.
Intrigued if he can eat this orc and get 8 feet tall and be swole. Swoller. It's definitely an option on the table right now.
I will show you the way. When we kill this enemy, all of us taking part, we can split its strength and grow, adapt, gain new power. Who's leading this group?
I mean, like technically, like Vimir's been kind of leading us down most of the tunnels.
I
but...
thought you were the captain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the captain, but Vimir's
He is the captain.
out in the wilderness a little bit more, so he's more familiar with some of these kind of travels. So he was leading us down the cave system.
It sounds like you share the role of a chieftain.
No, he is my chieftain. I've pledged myself to him.
He looks to you, Awen. You should also partake of my power if I die.
Yeah,
it is good for the chieftain to be the strongest.
That's certainly an option. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully, you can survive with us and help us kind of to search around down here. But we could certainly take that into consideration if you were to fall.
At this point, Cassandra just groans and makes her way back. I will.
Who's the smallest out of the group? How big does the entrance that this thing look to get through?
Of which one? Oh, up ahead?
Yeah.
It looks like it could fit everyone except this orc. This orc is far too big. But the rest of you could fit.
I wonder... It was looking to make an escape through here. We could surprise it going through its own tunnel.
Are there any marks around it that look like they might have been left by Varen?
No, there are no marks up this way.
Our scout doesn't look to have gone that way.
Yes, you can't go everywhere.
Well, that's the case. We should still find. We should find a different path.
We could go.
Marking that?
We could go down the other path, yes.
Yeah, let's do that.
Good, I can follow you. So you'll start making your way down the other path. Feel free to move your tokens. The orc will stop right here. I am
Six is
Thumthul.
Also going to go through
Okay.
the wall.
Vimir will take the lead again.
All right. As you come into this open area, the light kind of brightens up this bend over this way. And the further up you go, you eventually come to see a T intersection up ahead.
Do you mean... Okay.
I've got the cloth over my light again, so it's only dim light right around.
Okay.
Vimir...
Oh, also for reference, is anyone making perception checks, investigation checks, checking for traps, anything of that sort?
Vimir would not check for traps. He's not familiar with them, but he would always be keeping his eyes out. But I presume we just run off his passive perception of 15. Like,
Okay.
he's not like searching or looking for anything actively.
Okay.
But he's always ready for battle.
And Awin, what
Unless-
is your passive?
17, I believe.
Okay.
But yeah,
Unless we decide to go full bright light, Law's not going to really see much beyond just the group around him.
Six actually just has his rapier out. He's not gonna cover it. He has it in his left hand. So
Okay.
that big yellow bright circle, that's there.
the idea of traps being set for a human is, or humanoids, if you will, is foreign to Vimir. So he would not even remotely think to check for them.
Okay.
He knows of them, he uses them,
Yet.
Okay. You guys push your way up to where you can see the T intersection. It goes left, it goes right.
Vimir will sniff once again.
The murky, muggy smell continues throughout the entire system.
Both?
Both ways, yeah.
Can Six is gonna try to see if that mark, the V and the A, has been left anywhere on either the openings of these two paths.
Make a perception check.
That is a 19.
19. You see there is the symbol on each side. With a 19, you notice to the left, it is a V and an A with a circle around it, and then a line going up next to the circle with a flat line, possibly indicating that this path leads in a circle, and if you continue following the left path, you'll lead to a dead end. Looking on the right side, you notice that it comes to a V and an A, and you see a curve showing that it turns at some point.
Okay. With that, Six is gonna be pointing out the marks to the group and just letting them know it's like it looks like we should turn right here. At least that's what our friend says.
And as you come to this section, you do notice it does seem to have a turn to it.
Ooh. I guess we continue
Limited
moving forward.
visibility.
Okay. So you continue moving forward. As you all make your way into the next room, you notice the other side of this hole is right here, as it seems to lead the path this way.
With Vimir's innate sense of direction, does he feel like, are they going down, are they going up, or
It feels like the way that the cave system is, there are pockets where you go down, there are pockets where you go up, and it also seems to stay level. It's almost as if this is all cut into one level piece of mountain.
Okay. The hole that he saw before, did that go up or down?
The hole seemed to go up, and since you didn't climb up, it was hard to tell if it continued.
Okay, so it looked like it ascended.
Yeah. But as you look on this side, you can see another hole in this room.
Okay, so in this room here, so it looks like they were... Would he be able to tell that it looks like the holes connect? Can I look through the hole?
Go ahead and make an athletics check to climb up and get a view into the hole.
All right. Athletics, 17.
17. Easy enough. You pull yourself up, you look in, and it's you get the smell of death from the other side blowing through this hole.
The same smell I got when
Yep.
I initially took my sniff.
Yep.
I'm a bloodhound, baby.
This room connects to... Go ahead.
How, having climbed up and looked at, how quickly would I be able to move through this?
You get the feeling like you could move rather quickly through it, though smart enough to realize that a spider could move through this much faster. It might take you 2 rounds to get through here. Spider 1.
Okay.
The path continues on, curving down to the right. Is Fixer taking point?
It sure as heck looks like it is.
He got a little impatient.
Okay.
So he's currently, you know,
Do you
getting
fix it?
his
Go.
SWAT on.
Get up. You watched a lot of cop movies, I understand. Go
Yeah,
do it.
he's doing like the clear thing, but like in his head, so he doesn't give away position or anything. But he's like rounding corners with his gun up and.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 15.
15.
Passive investigation is 17. If that comes into play.
Are you investigating or are you perceiving?
Probably closer to perceiving.
Okay. As you make your way around the corner, the area up ahead looks clear. You notice it pulls down a bit more into some open chambers filled with web and thick ties and dense, very, very dense webbing.
So at this point, like, he takes the time to turn around and check to make sure everybody's following him and not get too far ahead. So he'll pause here until people...
Okay. If everyone is done, Cassandra moves up. The orc moves up. Who will ask you all to have your tokens in your marching order from here on forward.
6 is going to be pretty much behind Vimir because he feels that combat-wise they both bonded after training together.
Okay. So, noticing the webbing getting thicker up ahead, and much denser too, how would you like to proceed moving ahead?
Would Vimir have encountered thick webbing like this in the forest, maybe after a hunt he was on?
You would have encountered some thick webbing, but this is abnormally thick. This is fairly very dense.
We could try burning it.
Vimir's already reaching into his pack for a torch in his tinder set.
Here, allow me. And Fixer puts up his gauntlet, and there's like a little, like, kind of like Iron Man's palm cannon thing, and he shoots fire bolts out of it.
Okay.
and
Light the
starts burning
torch.
away.
Alrighty. The torch lit now, Viamir, also producing a very nice aura of light.
Vimir will proceed slowly, lighting any webs, thick webbing that he can, but he'll be moving at a cautious pace as now he's actively perceiving things, because webs mean spiders, and
Okay.
he's just fought some big spiders.
Alrighty. As you start moving your token down, keeping your perception up, burning the webbing away, it takes a moment for the webs to detach, snap, and sizzle upward and slowly
All
melt
right.
away.
So I'll move at half speed,
Okay.
which is probably like, it's 45, 20 feet, so I'll move up one more square.
Okay. As you do, getting there, you begin to notice as you burn the webs away, there is a stone structure that seems to have its entryway blocked by these webbings, but keeping a keener perception out, you notice there is something that's shimmering beyond the spider web, blocking you from this passageway.
How far does it seem away from me?
It seems to be about the distance to where the blackness kind of ends, so...
Vimir will again approach slowly.
Looks to be about 40 feet before vision stops, as the webs in this area are quite thick.
Vimir will move up. Again, half distance, burning the webs as he goes.
Okay.
Um,
You know?
Actually, yeah. He'll burn like the surrounding area around him. So like the squares around him.
Fixer's like behind him and to the side and clearing, like widening it.
Okay. Both of you continue burning and clearing away the path.
This
Does
shiny thing.
the shimmer look familiar to Fixer?
It's hard to tell. You haven't quite gotten up to where you can get a good idea of the shimmer. However, as the two of you begin burning webs away, you hear this as both of you are currently swarmed by a good-sized swarm of tiny spiders. Viamir, a 15 to hit you, I know doesn't hit. And Fixer, this one is an 18. Does an 18 hit you?
That it does.
That it does. Okay. As these spiders swarm over you, Viamir, you feel them trying to find gaps within your armor, trying to bite at you and tear away at some of your flesh. Fixer, unfortunately, they do find purchase through to you. You take 6, 8, 12 piercing damage as these spiders begin to bite into your body.
Ow. He's just like slapping all of them as they climb up on him. Frantically.
Are you making an unarmed strike attack roll?
Yeah. It wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
I do 0 damage when I unarmed strike.
Okay. Well, how would you like to try and get them off you? They're currently biting you. They're currently trying to get inside your belly. Not in a good way.
Actually, I'm gonna aim away from Vimir and kind of do a thunder wave. just to hit as much of the swarm as I can.
Are you warning anyone?
Oh shit. No. He's freaking out at this point, so
Okay.
he does not take the time to warn people.
Everybody make a con save. And go ahead and make your thunder wave.
I'm fairly certain with an 18 on the die, I pass your con save.
What is?
My save is 15.
My confidence is
I got a
is
15.
reassured.
You got a 13.
Yeah, I just passed.
You got a 13. 15.
Out of 15. Oh, I rolled the 11. I was just like, But my con save is +4, so.
Fighters!
7 damage.
7 damage? Yeah, the swarm of spiders does fail their save. As you let out a clap of thunder, did anyone roll below a 15?
Out of 17.
Sincere did. Sin, you feel your ears ringing. You take 4 points of thunder damage as your eardrums slightly rupture and a little bit of blood comes pouring out of your ears. You are deaf for the next minute as you'll be hearing for the next good bit of time. As
Is this how you want to give tonight? Because that's how you get tinnitus.
Wow. And you were worried about the gunshots.
As if I remember right, with thunder
Everybody-
waves, they're pushed back.
Yes. Let's see here.
Everybody who didn't save.
Is 10 feet away.
10 feet away. The spiders are thrown off you and kind of scatter and move into once more a swarm, kind of trying to get ready to swarm back out you. They kind of create this small wave of spider bodies. Some of them have been popped by the thunder. They're going to try and bite at you again, Fixer. Though that is a natural 2. This time they charge at you and kind of...
Ready this time.
Vimir comes to you.
So I still have spiders on me, yeah?
You still have spiders on you.
I don't know if I can do this, but Vimir's going to try after watching the Hobgoblin. He's going to try to just summon half of the double-bladed scimitar.
Okay. Easy enough. You actually do find this remarkably simple as you kind of now have a long sword and just... or just a scimitar.
And he's going to, rake it down the backside of it against the armor, trying to, get them off, and with his offhand, try to set them on fire with his torch.
Okay. Make a... Fuck it, let's make a contested athletics and see if a swarm of tiny spiders with a -4 for their strength.
This is where I fail and feel so bad.
Nat 20.
Okay, no. Even with a nat 20, he would fail. Athletics, correct?
-3.
Yeah.
16 on the die plus 7.
Okay. As you go to do this with a -3, they're just easily thrown to the ground and just... If you
And then-
spoke spider, you'd hear, "No! Save us! Ah!"
And then I want to with the torch.
Improvised weapon attack. Go ahead and do that. No proficiency modifier, just your strength.
17 plus 4.
That hits. Go ahead and roll a d6 fire damage.
D6. 4.
4. You watch as a good number of these spiders kind of light up and crisp and burn away. There's still a good amount of this swarm left. They're going to try and bite at you again, Viamir.
Well, I want to, with my other attack action,
Yep.
with my on-hand attack with the now single-bladed.
All right, you're going to
rapier.
slash out at the swarm. Go ahead.
Yeah. 14.
14 hits.
All right, so 2d4. 10 slashing damage.
10 slashing. Oof. With this, the swarm of spiders, you just cleave one fine swath and manage to just cut through the entire mass of spiders as they go to make this lunge at you as a group and try and come at you. You cut through them all cleanly as they fall. The swarm is dead. You guys see Viamir and Fixer engaging in some kind of combat. Your ears are ringing slightly. Sin's ears are bleeding. She looks very grumpy and frumpy.
So we see
My bad.
the spiders that are still. Is there another swarm that's still attacking Fixer?
There's the one in front of Fixer, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mock them viciously.
Gonna mock some spiders.
I am. I'm gonna
So-
say if this fight gets any harder, I'll have to switch it up to folk music.
Okay. So as you cast Vicious Mockery, do they need to know a language?
They do not need to understand me, I believe. Let me double check. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. The target can hear you, though it need not understand you. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
All right, cool. You could mock a swarm of spiders to death.
I absolutely will.
Well, you hope
It's
to.
the sass that
Well,
does it.
So I rolled a 12.
Mhm.
-2. They do fail.
Absolutely. That natural 12 wouldn't have even done it for them. They're going to take 4 psychic damage,
Nice.
and they're going to have disadvantage on their next attack.
A few of the spiders kind of pop a little bit like jelly and just not knowing what the hell you just said, but dying nonetheless from the psychic damage.
This is where you find out swarms of spiders are the wisest creatures on Earth.
It's like, well,
It
it
has a +7 to its wisdom.
turns out, yeah,
Plus
they've got a
one.
+7.
That's it. That's my turn.
All right. At the end of your turn, the swarm charges at you, Fixer. Does not provoke an attack of opportunity, but it does kind of get themselves on you while Viamir is there. They are... Is that a 15? Is that a 15 to hit?
Was that with disadvantage,
It
DD?
would have been, but I
Oh, shit.
infused my armor.
Comes to a 14 on the second die
Regardless,
roll,
I
so...
infused
a
my
15.
armor that popped it above to 16. So
Nice. Your +1 armor. They go to snap out at you and bite you. You just hear this little. Hear this chorus of tons of tiny little mouths, ding 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 ding, trying to get into your armor.
I feel like he's got like a bug zapper on it, so as they jump on, it's just
Who would like to go next? Otherwise, I'll have Fixer go.
I
I'm
could
okay
go,
with
but
going.
it sounds really weird. It's gonna sound incredibly weird if I go.
Yeah, you gotta shoot the swarm of spiders off of Fixer.
I'm going to shoot the swarm of spiders. No, is it just the spiders on
It's
Fixer?
just
is it-
spiders on Fixer. That's what's left.
That's the only ones that's left.
Mhm.
I don't think there's any other. It's either stab the spiders on Fixer, or shoot the spiders off of Fixer.
Spider kebab. Just saying.
Shooting.
I'll
No.
stand real still.
I don't
No,
see
I
how
wanna-
shooting
I
can
wanna
go
see-
bad.
I want to see. I want to ask if I shoot, can I roll my gunslinging sleight of hand that you gave me as proficiency from what I did in Corsair, as kind of a thing where I know how to like trick shot and actually be able to aim at these spiders without hurting Fixer.
Are you going to ask Fixer to stand horizontally so that way you're not shooting at like a solid body mass? So you've got like an
I'm
angle.
gonna have him. I'm gonna have him try to do something just like that.
Okay, so Fixer, you hear Six yell at you to kind of turn, give him your profile. Do you follow his direction?
Well, as a general rule, you always listen to the man with the gun. So yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll. And we'll see what you get.
That's what I get. That is a 20, non-natural.
Okay. Go ahead and make a gunslinger's trick shot roll.
That is also a 20, non-natural.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. As you draw your gun and just fire off a series of shots.
That is 10 points of damage.
That is enough. As you do, you fire off a fast 6 bullets, and each one bouncing off the ground, impacting into different angles as they start hitting into a mass of spiders. They are all popped like little tiny cherries as your bullets kind of ding, 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 and manage not to hit Fixer or Viamir.
Fixer's
At the very end, I'm just
they're
gonna...
like, am I dead? Am I dead?
No,
And you
you're
just-
fine. You're fine.
You hear Vimir's voice going, "No, idiot. If you could ask that question, you wouldn't be dead.
Well, it could be in the afterlife.
It was
You're-
just spiders.
You are not my ancestor."
Fuck spiders, man.
You knew we were dealing with spiders coming into this thing.
We brought proof. Like, Vimir's like visibly confused now. Like, we brought proof. How did you not know there were going to be spiders? We just fought spider things.
Laws. While Fixer's talking, Law's gonna come forward and try and get a good look at the shimmering that we saw.
There is still a whole mass of webbing in front of it. They have yet to burn it away. So I will ask, are you
Okay.
guys burning it away? Viamir, Fixer?
Vimir's going to burn it away unless someone tells him not to.
Okay.
So he's already at
Fixer
work.
is now paying way more attention.
Okay.
So I think at this point he would be switching to investigation.
Okay. As you continue to burn webbing away, the group getting closer behind, eventually you do burn it all away. And you see a body wrapped in a cocoon, tightly woven and held taut up against the barricade.
It looks humanoid.
It looks like a human, yeah, the way that it's wrapped.
Vimir will put the torch away.
Snuff the
And
torch.
start. Well, not snuff it. He'll just leave it behind him at his current location.
Okay.
And summon the now single-bladed scimitar and start cutting more carefully. Now that he sees a humanoid,
Okay. As you do,
he's not. It's not a monster, people.
as you do cutting in, you see the face of your friend Varen, slightly petrified in confusion as you start cutting it open.
Does he have a pulse?
Make a medicine check.
Could be good. Put him up on medicine modifier. Than I usually do. 16.
16. It is very, very weak. But he does have a pulse. And he is breathing. It's shallow.
Is he like paralyzed or just like unconscious or?
As far as Viamir can tell, it looks like he's been poisoned and is possibly paralyzed along with it.
Vimir will pick him up gently, unsummoning the scimitar as he does.
As you go to pick him up, he's stiff like a board. It is as if you are lifting a piece of wood.
I need to get him to his tribe.
As you say that, Cassandra runs over and lowers her weapon and... You will get my children, yes?
Yes.
course.
That is why we're here. That is why you're here.
Give him to me. And I don't know if this is going to work, and if it doesn't work... If you don't think it's going to work, save it for something else. I don't know which one of you should use it, but take this. And she detaches a small... What looks like a small arrowhead, but looks like a dart. And inside the dart is a small green vial. It looks to be pressure sensitive. The dart itself is rather small. It's almost like holding a slightly engorged needle. This is a Glenlockian poison. It is very deadly to anything that is not immune to poisons. So whoever can throw this or shoot it accurately, give it to them. I will take Varen to safety. Do you understand me?
Be careful.
Get my
Does it look
children.
like
The splicer beasts, if they smell him wounded and you're carrying him, they might mistake you as their enemy.
I'm aware. That's fine. Just... get my child. Get the other children. That is all that matters.
Is he of your clan? You seem to care a lot for him.
Get my child back, and maybe I'll tell you. And she just hands you the dart, takes him out of your hands, and starts...
Vimir has him over his
You have him over your shoulder?
Yeah.
She will try and slide him off your shoulder awkwardly.
Vimir will hold him. Is he of your clan?
Get my child and the other children, and I will tell you what I can.
I don't know you. Why should I trust you with his life?
Because I'm trusting you with my child's life.
We were going to do this anyway.
Doesn't mean I trusted you.
Vimir,
But I'm trusting you to do the right thing.
We all have our jobs to do, Vimir. Let's
Yes,
do
but he
our-
wasn't your friend. You didn't meet him.
I'm gonna just do a quick read on Cassandra to see if I can kind of see what's
It is
motivating.
very hard to read her because she is fully armored and wearing her helmet. So if you're trying to gauge by voice, the DC is difficult.
Okay.
But I
You must
trust.
certainly
I
try.
trust Cassandra. I
I'm
know.
glad
how
you
mu-
do.
I know
She-
how much your children means to her.
Then how
25
come she's
feet.
so willing to leave them to take this one?
This one must be important then.
Right, which is why my questions need
You
to be
are
answered.
more effective here than I am. Go. I am not a tunnel fighter.
I've got 25 on that insight check, DD.
She seems, at this point, annoyed that she is not being listened to and that she is placing the safety of her children in the safety of her child in your hands and is willing to walk outside and not have a part in this.
Vimir.
Hmm.
We can trust her to take care of him because she's trusting us to take care of her kids. Doesn't matter whether or not we were going to do this before. She wanted to come, and now she's willing to step away. That's a sign of trust.
Vimir points a double-bladed scimitar at her. If I find him dead, There's problems. Summons it back in. And carefully lowers the body down and extends it for her to take.
She takes it. She seems rather strong for her size. Starts making her way out. She looks back and gives you all a nod. She makes her way.
Vladimir's already burning down more webs.
You have in your possession, Viamir, in your hand, is one Glenlockian poison dart. It deals 8d6 poison damage and takes a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
I hope somebody that throws darts is Vladimir has been.
Half damage on success.
I'm assuming that it doesn't fit their pistol barrels.
It will not, no.
Vladimir is just this. Don't know what this is. This fucking fork she just handed me.
Hey, Awen, you're pretty good at throwing stuff, aren't you?
Yeah, I can throw things every now and again.
Why don't we give this to Awen?
Vladimir's just burning down webs.
Okay. So you start.
I can too if you don't want it, Captain.
I mean, I could try it. I think I've got some darts. I'm pretty good with myself.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a decent shot, but not nearly as good as you guys.
Okay. Handing the dart over to Awen. Awen, you have an 8d6 DC 15 con save poison dart. Viamir and Vixer, as you burn away what's left of the webs, you see before you a large shimmering wall blocking the path. You can see just slightly beyond it, but not that much. It's kind of fuzzy and hazy.
Is it like a fog or is it more webs?
It's not webs. No, this is more energy, like a force field or some type of magical wall.
Well, Vladimir doesn't know that.
Know what this could be?
Make an Arcana check.
Vladimir probably touches it with his torch. Because
Yeah, Law's checking it out with Fixer.
You touch
He
it.
was waiting for the...
Hand gets shocked back a bit.
oh no, with the torch. He thinks it's just more
Oh,
webs.
with the torch, you touch it with the torch, and the torch flicks back. You almost lose grip of it. You hold tight. Seem to throw you back a bit.
I got an 18.
18. This is an arcane field. It is designed to block off passageways. It is predominantly magical in nature. And it is an old device. This is an old device that has been created by the military. Not used that often these days. There are newer versions of this technology that don't give someone a direct view that, hey, this is here. The new ones are also lethal when organic matter touches them.
Oh, good thing Vladimir didn't poke it.
These older ones give you a little bit of a shock, but are not lethal. No, they can be
Okay.
if you're weak enough in body.
Do I know
Throw somebody into it?
if it would have like a projector or like any other way to disable it?
There would be a projector on the opposite side, controlling this. Looking around, you're not able to find anything that looks like, at least just passively, that looks like a pad or a key or a stone or something to push to deactivate this.
He's gonna look very closely.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Law will assist.
Okay.
When they all talking about their mumbo jumbo, Vladimir
Thank you
backs
for the
off.
assist. I rolled a 5 first, but then I rolled a 16, so that's with my investigation. A 23.
Investigation.
You have a
That's
20
what I'm
what?
here for, buddy.
23.
23. Looking around, you and Law a good 10 minutes trying to find where this thing could be hidden. Occasionally hearing a grumble from the orc about magical things being obnoxious. You trace on the floor a stone that feels out of place.
Try to see if I can pull it out.
Okay, you kind of dig your fingers in. Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
I have a dagger, if that would help.
You have a dagger? Okay. You slide the dagger in between the cracks, and you start trying to wedge it up. At one point it does lock, but you do get a little bit more of the stonework to grab and get a bit better of a handhold on it. As you take hold of it and start pulling it up, you set it down. Inside you see a series of circuits and a small screen reading powered on.
Ooh, this is your area of expertise here, Fixer.
Fixer is actually he's getting excited now because this is technology that he hasn't had a chance to mess with, but he knows a little bit about. So he's gonna do his thing. Look at pull out his phone if he gets caught with anything, but try to figure out how to use this piece of technology to disrupt the field.
No, Law's been over your shoulder. He said that in character. This is your area here, man.
Okay. As you pull your phone out to try and get a bit of extra information, you realize it reads no signal, which is very odd and shouldn't be possible. You're not that deep. But nonetheless, you're not getting anything.
I mean, at this point, with the knowledge that they have a former military grade block, the idea that they could be jamming a signal isn't too foreign. So he's not especially perturbed about that, but would have been nice.
You look at this device, there are 10 wires. 2 red, 2 blue, 2 red blue, 2 green, and 2 green blue.
Law will just begin to kind of hum a jazzy tune and inspire Fixer.
Down, bada, down, 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 down.
I didn't get all of those. You said 2 red, 2 blue, 2 red, blue.
Bam. Got you covered, brother.
Thank you.
If I've ever watched anything on the picture tube, it's always the red one. Not that red one, the other one! Oh, God, you killed me.
Fuck, we're all dead!
He's going to examine. Is there a they're going to different places, or they're all just feeding through to something?
They seem to be feeding through. Each one of them might control a different piece, potentially.
Based on my knowledge of what the device is, do I know if there is a tamper system that if the wrong wire were to be cut, that something bad would happen?
Yeah.
More importantly, does Vimir know this?
No.
If Vimir gets too close, Fixer will actually tell him to back off.
No, Vimir's talking to the big orc.
Okay.
Would you like some time to think,
about
Fixer?
the Church of Hunger?
Would you like some time to think, Fixer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and Fixer.
All right. Giving you some time to think. What is everyone else doing?
I'm talking to the big fellow back there.
Yeah. Is anyone else doing anything before we get to that?
So
Law's
everyone's kind of
just-
standing in between, watching Fixer, and then also trying to like overhear via mirror.
Yeah, Law's just nearby, helping Fixer with whatever he can.
Okay.
And anybody that needs light, I still have my rapier. That's
Okay.
kind of my
Oh.
glow stick.
Yeah,
Testing
I'll
my
light up.
hearing.
I'll light up the drip globe and just like set it in the air,
Bop.
so Fixer has like all the light.
Okay. Sin, your hearing eventually has come back, and you just soft humming noise. Whispers will be hard to hear.
She hates everything.
It's a bad day. Vimir,
Sorry.
as you as you come up to this orc who looks down at you. Yes.
You're clearly worthy.
I'm a fighter,
What do you fight for?
my chieftain. She's
To what end?
To her cause. I will not betray her or her trust. She's a good woman. She seeks to cure the hunger, to end it, to fight a fight worth fighting. A beast worth devouring. Something to quench.
We seek to prevent the death of everything. The Mother Tree, have you heard of it?
I am aware of the world trees that exist. And I know of the greater world tree. The one that's
They are under
all life.
attack. Yes, all life. They are under attack.
Unfortunately, your cause is not mine. It is not one that I can follow.
No. But if my foes succeed, there'll be nothing to consume.
What are your foes?
The Ivory King.
Nothing but bones.
And that is what he seeks for everybody.
Make a persuasion check.
Uh, 10 minus 3.
I cannot join your fight, but should my son be alive, he still needs to prove himself worthy of the hunger, worthy of his first meal. I will give him to you. My wife is dead. He needs a home of guidance outside of the tribe, to learn what it means to hunger for battle, conquest, and victory.
I have recently helped some other young ones lost, powerless, and given them the power they need to carve a spot out in the world for themselves. I would fully accept your son as my charge. I would treat him as my own.
Our people believe it takes a village to raise a child. You all will be responsible if you choose to take him. Do not leave him somewhere. Do not drop him off. He knows how to wield an axe. He knows how to use your shotguns quite well. But if there is one thing he does love, is a good mace or a maul, something to crush a head with. He's a rambunctious little boy.
Unfortunately for me, there was no village for me growing up.
Then perhaps this will be a good experience for you to learn how to raise one of your own.
I will treat him as my own, as I already said. I'm sure he can learn a lot from everyone here.
I will be interested to see how he turns out in the future. I have no intention of dying here today, do you?
If I had intentions of dying, I wouldn't be here. I would have already been dead.
Good. At this point, Fixer, having had some time, how would you like to tackle this problem?
So,
Would you like to play Talk Fast and Nobody Explodes?
let's see here. Is there any, like, marking on the areas that I can see that would be an indication of, like, what kind of model it was?
Investigation check, please.
It's an 18.
18. Looking on it, you notice that it is a Zalen Mark I shield. It is an old unit, about 300 years. And these ones are rather finicky, as they actually hold their charge from an elemental that, if not properly disarmed, the elemental will break free from its cage and attack anyone within range. That's all you have off of memory.
I am going to say, well, Law, we're dealing with a Zalen Mark I shield. Would you be willing to go run outside, see if you can get a signal, and see if you can get any diagnostics for that?
Run outside?
Yeah, I think if we're just being jammed inside here, if you were to go outside, maybe that would be far enough to be away from the jammer. Just a thought, before I cut a wire and the elemental comes crashing out at us.
I mean, yeah, sure. Hey, Awen, you want to come with me, just in case there's any other creepy crawlies hanging about?
Yeah, I can come with you.
Okay. You and Awen make your way outside.
No. Look up any information on disabling Zalen Mark I shields from the opposite side.
Okay. Make an investigation check at disadvantage. It is unfortunately military secrets.
All
What?
right, DD, you're getting your
can't-
wish.
You can't
First
go.
luck of the day.
Can't.
Natural 20
For a total
for a
of
total of 23.
23. You find a few articles with a 23. You find a few articles. One tells you the order is red, blue, green, blue, green, red, blue, green, blue, green.
Red, blue, green, green. Red, blue, green, green.
Mm-hmm. The other says all you need to do is cut the red-blue wire. The third, red, blue, green, blue, red, blue, green, blue, 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 green, blue.
Blue, blue. Red, blue, red, blue, green, blue.
Blue, blue.
Yep.
Green, blue.
That's 3 green blues, though. There's not 3 green blues on this model. Cool.
Welcome to the
That
military.
narrows it down.
Cool.
Welcome to the military.
Either someone fucked up and didn't put a third green blue on this one, or
I'm gonna dig around in there and see if I can find another green blue.
So
yeah.
after
So Law will come back with this information.
Law and Awen coming in, you start digging around looking for. Are you being careful, or are you just like
Very
shit,
careful.
shit, 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 shit? Okay.
Now I want to clarify: was it red then blue on the first combo, or red blue? Because there is a red blue wire.
Do you want to go back outside and check?
Well, I'm clarifying as the player.
Do you want to head
Can
out?
you
Do
take
you want
a
to head?
screenshot?
Do you want to head back outside and check?
Oh God. Okay, so Fixer, this is what I found. Oh shit, there's a lot of different wires in here.
Yep, 10 of them.
Cool. So, we have
6 is holding the rapier, visibly dozing off, looking at the wires.
yeah, man. I don't know.
Something
Maybe
going
we
good.
just deal with the elemental.
I mean, that's the good news is that, you know, this could be one of the new ones where you break the field and it explodes at you. Or, you know, we deal with an elemental, which is less deathy.
I mean, we could just
inherently.
back off 60 feet and let 6 shoot it.
Do I feel like
Just
with the stone up that I could prop the wires so that it would be visible from 60 feet for a shot?
No, they are put in quite well.
They're not loose at all?
Nope.
Does Vimir hear this plan?
Okay, so
I'd say so.
there's the, you know, we can try to disarm them one by one.
It's an oddly,
Pick a wire or I will.
It's an oddly
all right. Start with
Well,
the
I
red
mean-
blue wire.
Vimir.
Just cut the red blue wire. See if that
Well,
does it.
Walk up
All right,
and
everyone else should be ready for the bad stuff.
Well, I was
Vimir will-
gonna.
Draw
Go
the
ahead,
pistol.
Vimir.
Waiting.
He's gonna try to manipulate this gauntlet even further now. Now that he knows he has some control, and he's gonna try to just out of the first 2 fingers, just get like a dagger-sized blade
does not manipulate, unfortunately.
and a fucking scimitar. It is then.
Do you want a
Are
dagger,
you just
buddy?
gonna cut the whole thing?
No.
Uh,
Which wires?
Fixer still has his dagger out, so he's gonna wrap it in like rubber or shit. Does leather block electricity? Didn't think so. I mean, he's got a lot of different materials put into his gauntlet.
Hey,
so
wait. Hey, Sin. Do like a spectral floaty hand thing?
Sin backed up.
You're muted, love.
Oh, you mean mage hand? I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty set with you guys fucking up your ears, and I'll just stay over here. And she's like
Well,
covering her ears.
I was gonna say, why don't we just have you cut the wires from a distance with your spectral floaty hand? Then none of us get hurt.
Oh yes, 30 feet, totally not in the explosion zone.
I mean, it's better than being like right on top of it, right?
I guess I could try.
I'm just
You
throwing
know
out
what kind
ideas.
Do you know what kind of elemental is in there anyway?
Yeah, death.
Probably a really pissed off one.
Maybe.
Fixer, you would know it's most likely lightning.
Okay. Well, Fixer actually has electricity that runs through his gauntlets. That's how he makes shocking grasp happen. So he's going to use the glove part, which has those components in it, to hold the dagger to cut the wire.
Okay. Which wire are you cutting?
Wait, you're cutting it? No, I'm moving away again. Fuck you guys.
He's going to say, "Okay, Law, read them off, and let's hope we get to the end of that list."
You hear Law calling out from about 30 feet away.
Vimir's
So,
right there.
Actually, before this starts, he actually puts a cure wounds into himself to kind of be ready for more damage.
Well, so this is going to kind of come down to your choice. You either start with the red wire or the red-blue wire, and I'm not sure.
Which one had? Oh yeah,
We're skipping option 3.
I
let's-
mean, there's also like, so there's 3 things, right? So there's red, blue, or it might be red, blue, one word, green, blue, and that could also be separate words. Who knows? Green, red, blue, green, blue, green. Yeah, that's what I've got. Just cut the red-blue wire, and I don't know if it's like the red-blue wire or the red and blue
Okay.
wires.
Hold on just a second.
Does Vimir see a red-blue wire?
Nope, stop.
Yeah.
He cuts
He
it.
said he. No, don't.
He
This
said he
is-
did it.
Still trying
Vimir,
to block
you
that.
cut the wire. Nothing happens.
Okay.
What's next?
Well,
I
if
got
just
this.
cutting the red-blue one didn't work, then it would be the green-blue wire next.
Vimir cuts it.
Cut
At
the-
any point, feel free to move away.
Fix does so.
You cut the green-blue wire, and you hear.
Gun up.
Is the shimmery shit still in front of me?
Still there.
Next!
Green.
Green wire. Nothing else happens.
Red blue again. The other red blue.
The other red blue. Vimir.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Vimir looks for the second one.
Passive investigation, you do find it.
He cuts it.
You snip it.
Green blue again.
Is there another green blue one?
Mm-hmm.
Cut.
And green.
Green, I know this color.
Cut
This
the,
is
Like
what-
your forests.
you cut the green
Cut.
one, and Vimir, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Do I see it?
See, you see something
For
coming.
my,
yeah,
okay.
you see your danger sense just flare as this bright blue ball of electricity zaps outward.
14.
14 is not a success, unfortunately.
Is good.
However, Vimir's a hardy individual. Vimir, you take 18 points of lightning damage. As the shockwave erupts outwards, you guys watch as Vimir gets locked into place for a few moments, the body crackling over with energy. As it fades, the force field flickers out, and Vimir is kind of smoking just slightly. Inside, you see 4 corpses drop, as there seem to have been these small, 4-armed humanoid creatures, about the size of children, waiting inside to ambush you. And to Coldress as well.
How's Vimir looking there?
Pretty rough.
Fixer's gonna slap a level 2 cure wounds on him.
Okay.
Hopefully none of you are near me. Oh, did they all die?
Yeah, that explosion. These guys aren't really good with what you think hit them, and you notice a few of them actually do have pre-existing injuries. Seems like there might have actually been a tussle here prior. You do notice that there is a longsword clattered on the ground. It looks to be made of silver with a small amethyst embedded into the pommel. It almost has a slight curve like a falchion, but much thinner like a longsword.
Vimir will pick it up and examine it.
Examine it. It's very lightweight. It's definitely of elven make.
Would there be any significance for me as a wood elf, or I could just notice the craftsmanship?
You notice the craftsmanship, and are you doing like a deep investigation of this weapon?
No, just pick it up, swing it around a little bit.
It's very lightweight. The craftsmanship is excellent.
Does the craftsmanship look familiar to Fixer?
It does not. No.
Vimir will.
Does it look like there are any arcane runes on it?
Make an investigation check.
Vimir just takes a few swings with it, and then I assume there's a belt or something he has, something that he can.
You'd have a belt.
Latch it
It'd be an unsheathed blade, but you'd have a belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
12. Law, you do notice just barely the V and A on the fuller of the blade.
Looks like that's Varen's.
Good, then we shall return it to him. after we avenge whoever did this to him. What about these other ones?
Well, you cannot eat these ones. That lightning killed them, not you directly.
I didn't
He
mean
made the lightning.
eat them.
He's not a caster. It's not a natural lightning.
But if he hadn't cut those wires, then the electricity wouldn't have discharged in that manner.
They're not kills worth eating. Their meat is
Vimeo
fried.
are they in cocoons?
They're not in cocoons, no. They are actually electrocuted and fried. They are smoldering.
Vimeo pick up one of the bodies. Does this look like one of the children you were looking for?
No. That's one of these fucking horrifying creatures.
Well, I was gonna start just doing a general look around the room
He meant
for
the whole
anything else
group.
interesting.
Vimeo didn't interrogate people, so he's asking the whole group. Do any of them look like drow? Half drow?
None of them look like drow. They are all these hairy, child-sized spider creatures looking much like the Coldriths, with 6 eyes going up on the forehead. They do have pointed ears like an elf or a orc or a tabaxi or a tiefling would.
For good measure, Vimeo will stick the nice sword through each one of their fucking skulls.
Okay, easy enough. Each one of them has 4 arms and two legs, normal 2 legs. They wear tattered loincloths for clothes. They're covered in this spider-like hair. It's jet black and deeper, thick-headed sets of hair. They definitely look frightening and demented as creatures. That's something for this earth.
Technically, they're not spiders. Because spiders have 8 legs.
Yes,
No.
arachnids have 8 legs, but the creepy Spider-Man had like 4 giant legs. Vimere's going to check for hidey holes.
Okay.
Like the ones he saw in the other 2 chambers that connected.
Make an investigation check in this room.
Yeah, I said earlier Law was looking around as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Fixer's looking around for the actual component that would be on this side.
Make an investigation check for that, Fixer.
13 on my end.
13. You actually do not see any holes in this chamber. It looks perfectly sturdily built. The craftsmanship is exquisite. The stone and tile work has seen some age, but it looks to be marble embedded here.
23 on my end, and I was just looking for anything of interest.
Anything of interest with a 23? Not much else of interest. Although you do see a door that's shut at the far end, as there are torches in here that seem to be lighting the area. And it's not really torches, but more of a magical light.
Are you talking about this far end over here?
I mean, this chamber, as you walk in, is actually brightly lit.
Oh, so we're in this chamber. Is there a door?
No, there's a door
second
right here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Gotcha.
18.
18. Looking around, you do eventually find up against this wall over here that there is an activation and deactivation console.
How big is it? Can I rip it out of the wall?
How would you like to go about doing that?
Well, I know that the power is not in there anymore, so dagger to pry it off.
Okay.
Cut anything that...
You stick your dagger in. Go ahead and make a tinkering check.
Well, let's see here. I have tool expertise, so that puts that 10 up to a 20.
20. You wiggle your dagger in and you find a gapping, but it is screwed on into the wall. It's pliable, but you would need a screwdriver to get this off.
Well, as a mechanic, he would keep a screwdriver on him.
All right. Pull out your screwdriver. You hit where the screws are as you kind of leverage the knife up in the panel and start detaching the pieces with the screwdriver. The front panel, ding, 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 falls to the ground. There are a series of wires that do connect it, and inside, embedded in the wall, you see a brass-plated face with two blue glowing eyes staring out at you.
Do you need Vladimir to cut this one too, Fixer?
So, brass-plated face with blue eyes. Does this look like something that's like magically active, or does it look like a ruin had something put over it?
It looks active, and it is staring at you.
Hello.
As you say hello, it answers in a very low, rumbling, guttural voice. Does anyone here speak Draconic?
Not presently.
No. Do not know what it says.
I'm gonna say hello again, but in Primordial.
It responds to you again in Draconic.
Damn. I guess, do I recognize what it could be from like a magical studies sense?
Without seeing the full body, the DC is quite difficult. You can make an Arcana check.
Nah. 12.
12. Nah, unfortunately.
Well, this thing is active, and I don't understand it. So, does it seem to be upset with me?
Hard to tell. The face makes no emotion. It is it is as if someone forged a faceplate, and without knowing what it's saying and not being able to communicate with it, hard to tell.
Vymir's visibly confused. What's angry with you? What?
Can he see the?
Yeah, if anyone takes a look in the hole, you can all see this faceplate sitting there, just looking out.
What's going on?
Yeah, he just points in the hole.
Yeah, what is it?
Not sure. But it speaks a language that I don't. Relatively sure it's Draconic, but can't actually be certain since I don't know the language.
No one here understands what it's saying?
What? Vladimir, get close. Look into the eyes. What do you mean you don't know? I thought you were good with these things.
I know a lot of things, but the language that it's speaking is not one of them. Law,
Vladimir talked to it.
You've
all three languages he knows.
It responds to you each time, Vyamir in Draconic.
Law, you did that trick with the engine when we talked to it that one time.
Yeah,
you
sure.
got that in you?
I mean, it's one of my more powerful spells. So I mean, I'm burning that to talk to whatever this is. But I mean, if we're all good with me burning a powerful spell to talk to this thing, yeah, absolutely, I can do it.
Talk to it. It sounds pretty
my
interesting.
Curiosity is like super peaked right now. I want to know what it is. But then there's also the fact that we're about to get into a fight. So,
Wait, we're about to get into a fight and find your fucking.
well, I mean, that's the reason we're in here.
I'll be able to understand all languages for an hour, and everything will be able to understand what I say.
Thumbthul mutters something in Orcish.
Well, not yet. I haven't cast it yet.
Mutters something again in Orcish.
Oh, are you getting out all the insults?
Understand?
If anyone understands Orcish, you do? Sin, you hear him. Fucking humans. So weak without their precious magic and tricks. Can't ever just put their best foot forward and try and fucking man up. So what
Somebody
if it's a
sounds
spell?
jealous.
Cast the spell, damn it.
Sincere replies in Orcish. Have you ever considered taking the boot out of your ass?
He just looks at you. Do you need one up yours?
So as that's going on, since it seems to kind of be that we want to talk to this thing, Law will cast tongues on himself.
Okay. As you cast
and he'll walk up.
As you cast tongues on yourself, you hear, please, release me from this desolate servitude. Please, release me from this desolate servitude.
What is your name?
I have no name. There is no name.
How did you get here?
I was built here.
Were you what was powering the shield?
I do not know what I was powering, but I felt energy discharge.
If we free you, is there something you can do for us in return? Favor for a favor.
If you free me, you kill me, but you will have in return my heart, an elemental crystal of lightning.
Ooh. That's intriguing. Of course, you guys are hearing just Laws have this conversation.
We hear static.
Though, you will have to dig me from this wall.
Hey, look.
So he wants to be freed from his servitude. To
Free him,
free him,
is
we'll
that-
have to free
That is
him,
why
we'll have
we're
to-
here.
Right, so we'll have to dig him out, and then did you say we'll have to kill you to free you?
Yes.
Okay, so we have to dig him out and kill him to free him.
That doesn't make sense.
Can you ask him if he's a strong elemental?
I don't know that he's an elemental. What are you?
I am a creation of elemental energy. Please,
A creation of...
free me from this desolate.
We're here to free children. Why would we not free him?
No, I agree. Viamir, break down the wall. Get him out.
Which wall?
The one that he's in.
Which wall?
The one that he's in.
How?
The face right here.
How? And with what?
What kind of wall is it?
Stone.
Marble?
Marble stone wall. Looking in, he's about a good foot deep into this wall. And you're not sure how wide he is either.
Vimir turns to his big orc friend.
While baking rice?
Will you help me free this thing?
If we find some moles, I will help you free it. I will not waste a great sword on stonework. That is foolish.
What about just a hammer and a piton?
What is the size
I'm okay
of the
with
hammer?
I'm okay with that. And Vimir will take up the small little tiny hammer you gave him and the little piton and start going to work.
Does Victor know if he were to cast a shatter, how likely that would be to break the marble?
It is very thick and dense marble. It's going
Probably
to...
not great then.
Yeah, it is going to take a long time for Vimir and his piton chiseling to get through this.
Yeah.
But Vimir, nonetheless, is ting 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 ting.
Oh no, you don't understand how Vimir like bow, bow, bow. There's no ting 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 ting. If he smashes a few fingers, that's it.
Okay.
So, I mean, anyone have any better ideas than that?
Vimir is doing this as we speak.
Do you have
Then-
dynamite?
I could try something. And 6 is gonna tell people to stand back. He's gonna cock his gun. Before he does, he puts the bullet in. You can see his hand glowing a little bit, glowing a little red, and he's going to shoot a blasting shot into the wall. Bursting shot.
Okay, what
Into
kind of
the marble.
damage does bursting shot do?
Force damage.
Okay. Making an attack wall against the wall, I'm going to say, is rather simple, but what we're looking for is
Vimir
you...
will have placed several pitons into the wall.
What we're looking for is you to beat its damage threshold.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll damage. This is easy enough to hit. It's hitting a wall. Even a child can hit a wall.
Sincere, do you have anything? No shatter? I thought Sincere had shatter.
No, I have shattered.
Oh.
That is 32 points of damage.
Okay. Your first shot puts a good hole inside the wall where Vimir has placed the pitons. You do notice parts of the marble does cave away. You clear maybe about 2 inches of marble, the center of it looking to be about 3.
And I'm just gonna turn to the rest of them and be like, if I keep doing this, we're gonna need a bit of a rest before we continue. And then he's just gonna charge up a second shot, and he's gonna fire through again.
Okay. Second shot, go ahead and roll damage.
Not as good. 26 points of damage.
Okay. You fire another one. More portion of the wall, or of this stone brick, does begin to shatter and break a little bit. You notice that there is a crack line going up. It goes deeper by about 1 more inch, about 4, and the hole kind of expands a little bit more, but it is still lodged in there.
Law will look to the thing. Are you able to help at all from your side?
No. Chains bind me.
Could we kill him while he's in the wall still?
Do we need to free you completely or just get to your chest?
It is up to you how you wish to kill me. But if you want the core, you would need to free my chest.
And how close does it look like we are to having his chest freed?
Looks like you've got about 6 inches to kind of get through this section of wall where you assume his chest to be.
All right, everybody stand back. He's gonna cast Shatter, which is an area of effect that will hit pretty much all the wall. And let me double check, but I believe it does double damage.
Don't think Siege is a shatter. Or I don't think Shatter is a siege spell.
No, sorry. It's they have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Construct?
Never mind.
Things made out
Stone,
of
crystal,
stone.
or metal.
So if the stone has a saving throw, it's at
It
disadvantage.
says a creature made of inorganic material.
Yep. So you'll definitely deal damage to the thing inside. However, it won't do anything to the stone wall.
Still works on the stone wall. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
why wouldn't it still work on the stone wall?
It's not gonna
Still
do. It's not gonna
shatter.
do. It's not gonna do double
not
damage.
double, not
but,
double.
Not
yeah.
double damage, but like regular damage.
So, what level do you wish
But
to
like
cast?
all through it.
What level do you wish to cast Shatter at?
Well, it's a second level spell, and since I'm a half caster now, that's as high as I have.
Okay. So everyone's standing back, everyone covering their ears to avoid
Oh yeah,
tinnitus.
try not to get tinnitus.
Vladimir's probably standing with Fixer.
So that's gonna be.
Yeah, Law would be standing as close as he can be without being in the radius, but covering his ears.
Yeah, 14 damage to everything within the radius.
14 damage. This thing, unfortunately, fails, but it is still resistant to the damage. So it takes 7. A bit more of the wall cracks. Still holding.
But at this point, all of it should be weakened because radius.
It's not all of it is completely weakened. You didn't, unfortunately, for the rest of the wall, get past its damage threshold. But that one piece you have been working on, its damage threshold has lowered. So it has received a bit more damage.
Vymir's going to run and just shoulder this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Bad. 21.
21. You...
Wait, hold up. 7. I did very bad math. It's more than 21. 17 plus 7.
24.
24.
Thank you.
Okay. You throw your shoulder into it, and poof, you feel it impact, but it still holds. Thumb Thule just kind of getting the idea of what it is you're trying to do will...
Hey, Eowyn.
Why don't
I know
you
some
all...
martial artists can break bricks with their foreheads. Care to try?
You want me to just you want me to headbutt that thing? Yeah, I don't really think that's gonna.
As they have this conversation, Vladimir backs up and goes again.
As you go to back up, Thumb Thule draws both greatswords and stops you for a moment with one of them. Spins both of them, slams them into the ground, and you watch as a mote of fire juts out into the area where this thing is, and you begin to hear a roaring flame burning on the inside. As he is seeming to just try and at least take one part of this pain out of the way. Potentially try and kill this thing, since that's all you've been talking about as a group in its mind, in his mind.
Oh, you gave it away there, hive mind. Good to know.
Let's see. We have.
He's a Tyranid. That's all I need to know.
I mean, Law did say out loud that we have to kill it, or that it wants us to kill it to be free.
Oh wow! It fails its save. There is a whining of metal and a stretching in painful sounding agony as this fire roars inside before
Vymir's charging and gonna shoulder it again.
all right, you go and shoulder again. Make another strength check.
Strength or
Athletics. Sorry, athletics.
Oh, okay. 26.
26. Fantastic. The 26, you slam a shoulder in again and it cracks. You feel a little bit of soreness coming to your shoulder now. The stone begins to crack away. Part of it falls. It looks like you could reach in now and maybe pull the last bit of this stonework out. As the fire on the other side, the heat of it has done some good weakening on the opposite side.
Vymir will reach in and try to rip it out.
Okay.
He has no clue why, but he knows this is what they want to do, so.
You reach in and start pulling away pieces of stonework. As you do, there is a hand that kind of juts out and tries to reach for you and trying an attack, but it seems to not be able to reach you. And in Draconic law, you hear, "Intruder alert. Defense mode activated."
Law will...
At this point, though, you do see its chest cavity is open.
Its chest cavity is... It is, like, open or just a...
It is opened for you to see it. And the center of it, you notice there is a lot of gold plating that its chest cavity seems to be made of. And you see that there is a gold ring with a central, perfectly smooth, round, arcane elemental crystal in the center of this chest. You see that there are two large arm-like cannons that go to raise and try to take shots out at Vymir, but are not able to move. You see them charging with this flame.
Okay. Law's going to squeeze past Vymir and try and grab the core and pull it out.
You're gonna try and squeeze in and grab the core?
Yeah.
All right. You reach in to go and grab the core. I am going to need you to make... I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw as this thing is still powered on, but you reach in and go to grab this core nonetheless.
21.
Okay, that is a success. You take half damage as when you go to reach into this, it lets out a burst of energy. As it does, you have hold of it. It is not moving. I need you to go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics, you said?
Athletics to try and rip this core out of a living entity that probably is going to not be too happy.
Rolled another 19 for 20 total.
20 total, okay. Whoops. Okay. It's a good thing you succeeded on your con save, Law. 16 plus 8 is 24. Reduced to half is 12 points of lightning damage, Law. And you take 15 points of force damage, reduced to half, To
Seven.
7. As whatever this thing is made out of discharges and tries to detonate onto you, it is still alive. Go and your athletics check. You go to pull and it holds taut, not able to get it dislodged this turn. Is anyone going to try and do anything to this creature?
Well, I'm right there, yeah?
You are. You are indeed. Holy shit, my
Firebolt
camera is
to the face.
frozen.
Who
Are you
said
gonna-
what?
Are you going to try and stab it?
Do I see that Law's trying to dislodge this thing?
Yep.
Then double-bladed scimitar, I'll extend it into the core and then try to wrench up on it
Okay, so
to
make an
help
attack
him
roll.
pull it free. Okay. That's a just a straight attack roll.
Yep.
Okay. 17 plus 8.
That hits.
All right. You want me to do the damage?
Yes, please.
All right. All right. All right. Give me these D4s. That's 3 plus 5. 8.
8.
8. Yep.
That is exactly what you needed to kill this thing. As you slide in the scimitar and flit upward, you feel the last bit of energy sever out of this creature as it Law, you are able to pull this orb, this elemental crystal out. And as you hold it there, your body crackling, your arms sizzling, you can see the scarring building up around your hand and your forearm now, making its way up to about your elbow. You have completely disabled this shield and now hold a lightning elemental arcane crystal within your hands. As you hold it, you see it crackle with occasional jolts of electricity. For it settles for a brief moment. It doesn't hurt. It kind of tingles. As you sit there holding this, that's where we're going to end tonight's session. So we have run quite long, and where we will pick up next week for another episode of Crimson Skies. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you those who have rated Indoor Adventures. Thank you so much. The alerts did not go off. I do apologize. But thank you so much to you and yours for rating the channel. We are happy to have you join us. We hope if you guys are interested in joining our community game of Azure Adventurers, which takes place in the same world as this campaign that's going on right now, just with a different eyes and different view on the world as opposed to the crew of the Cloud Cutter here. We'd love to have you. Give a follow to the channel, head down into the doobly-doo, and give the Discord link a follow. Thank you so much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye now.